interested in something else. What do you think, huh?
Tuesday, nuts. Wednesday, Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Thursday, Edgeworth Investigations.
It looks like the bullet passed right through his stomach area, sir.
In other words, he was shot.
Yep. And until the autopsy's done, I don't think we'll know much more than that.
Please have the body sent to the morgue and once...
Hey Phoenix, are you ready to start investigating?
Friday, Yakuza 0. Monday, Eastward.
John's got ulterior motives. Maybe John is interested in something else. What do you think, huh?
Tuesday, nuts. Wednesday, Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Thursday, Edgeworth Investigations.
It looks like the bullet passed right through his stomach area, sir.
In other words, he was shot.
Yep. And until the autopsy's done, I don't think we'll know much more than that.
Please have the body sent to the morgue and once...
Friday, Yakuza 0. Monday, Eastward.
John's got ulterior motives. Maybe John is interested in something else. What do you think, huh?
Tuesday, nuts. Wednesday, Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Thursday, Edgeworth Investigations.
It looks like the bullet passed right through his stomach area, sir.
In other words, he was shot.
Yep. And until the autopsy's done, I don't think we'll know much more than that.
Please have the body sent to the morgue and once...
Friday, Yakuza 0.
Happy Thursday, you guys. How are you today? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you guys are having a good one. I have a little bit of music here in the background while we do our recap. Alright, cool. So, we got Stella and Noah with us, and maybe any lurkers out there. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Happy Thursday. Happy Ace Attorney Day. What were we calling them? I always forgot. Or I already forgot. Thorough Thursdays. Because we're going to be thorough in our investigation. That's what it was. It always comes back to me. Alright. Well. So, where are we at in this story? So, we started the second case. And the second case began actually before the tutorial case. It was a prequel. Who'd have thunk? So, what's happened so far is... Hey, hi Domworth. Hello, Stella. And Noah. Edgeworth Thursdays. I see. Just moving it right into Thursday. I like it. Let's see what you did there. So where we started was Edgeworth was on the plane coming back to America. And he was like in the lounge area, like by the bar. And the plane underwent some turbulence. And... it seemed like the lights went out or something. I'm not sure if that's exactly what happened. But either way, the turbulence knocked Edgeworth unconscious for a period of time. About 10 minutes, I think is what it was. And during that 10 minutes, someone was murdered. And, like, they ended up in the elevator. Whether they were murdered there or whatever. That's all a part of the game. And right away, when Edgeworth came to and found the body, he was seen by one of the stewardesses, or whatever, the flight attendants, I should say. And she immediately accused him of murder, so he ended up in handcuffs. So we ended up having to talk our way out of that. After doing that, we met this guy named Mr. LeBlanc, who is like an art collector, and he's like obsessed with art. But he... accused us of being guilty as well, even though we had already like logicked out that it couldn't be us. So he's been sort of like one of our primary adversaries, like constantly accusing Edgeworth. But we kind of went through all the evidence. We proved him pretty wrong. But what we ended up finding out was that... what were the key points? There was this gift shop, right? And in the gift shop... that's where the murder weapon was found. Well, there was this statue in the gift shop that had blood on it and was at the scene of the crime, so it must have come from the gift shop, and that's the last piece of evidence that we found, I believe. Another interesting detail from last week, just before we finished up, was we found out that the flight attendant that we were originally accused of murder from apparently was lying to us about getting permission from the captain to let Edgeworth even investigate, and this other flight attendant girl came up and like accused her of that and stuff, and it was like she totally admitted to it. She's like, oh yeah, you're right, or whatever, I'm sorry. And so that was weird. So now she's actually gone to talk to the captain, I think. We haven't seen her again. We've been actually walking around with the other flight attendant girl, who seems a lot less, I don't know, flight attendant-y. She's like holding this little doll, and she's like falling asleep all the time and stuff. It's interesting. And she's got a lot of cleavage as well. But so that's where we left off, though, is we were in the gift shop and investigating with her, and I believe we had just finished up, and the entire crime scene was going to have to just be like locked down until we landed. And I think we're about to start the game where we've landed, and now the full investigation is going to be underway, so the cops will actually like be involved and stuff. So we'll probably start to be able to get fingerprints and stuff. So there we go. I hope that makes sense. Cleavage, I joined at the right time. Yeah, there you go, Ty. Yeah, get ready, dude. I don't remember her name, but you'll know her when you see her. Don't you worry about that. All right. Without further ado, shall we get started? I love this song. Hey, what's up, Ty? How we doing this evening? I'm doing great, man. How are you? I just had a pretty good day at work and everything. I felt like I got something really good done, you know, and that always feels good. I feel like I haven't gotten that like solid of a work day in a while, so it's a boost to my morale. Let me tell you. How are you, dude? Hope you're doing well. All right, let's get started. I kind of want to fade the music out because it would be cooler. It's not going to be very graceful, is it? Nope, it just cut out. It like I kept like pulling the bar down, but it was just like just as loud the whole time until the end. That was weird. Okay, either way. That was lovely. There we go. Load save 1. Boop. Oh, that didn't work. Am I not clicked into the window? Try that. Load. There we go. Hell yeah, quick slots. Alright, don't worry. There's been no audio in the game yet, but it should be working. I tested it earlier, but obviously let me know if it's not. Okay, there you go. Pretty good. Started out work this week, and by day 3 had already filled out an application for my old job. Wait, what? You you're already trying to go back to your old job? Is that what you're saying, Ty? You turning around? But hell yeah, I'm glad you're doing pretty good, man. All right, let's see where we are. I can tell you, March 12th, 1 p.m. local time, Hope Springs Airport. Oh yeah, let me see. Do I have the right voice equipped? I do not. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I know that once we had landed, I'm supposed to let the local police take over. And thanks to Miss Tenero and Miss Millie, that was the girl, I was able to preserve the crime scene. But I just can't shake it. Wasn't able to talk with Miss Tenero in private. So I'm left wondering just what was she up to? Why did she do what she did? There must be a way for me to continue my investigation. I've been expecting you, Miles Edgeworth. We know who that is because she's a full name. Fuck yeah, there she is! It's Von Karma! It's just like, I like hate her, but also love her at the same time. So I'm very excited that she's here, but also, gosh darn it. You know what I'm saying? I started a new seasonal job, but they don't offer overtime, so I'm trying to go back. Oh, okay, gotcha. Not getting enough of that moolah, huh? Should have asked about it in the interview, but I thought it was a pretty standard thing to offer. Oh yeah, overtime? Yeah, definitely. I guess more jobs than not have had it where that I've worked, but I have heard of some people, some of my friends or whatever, working jobs that, yeah. This was kind of weird, but I hear you. She's a love-hate character. Yes, she is. Absolutely. No, 100%. I love her and I hate her. You love to hate her, right? Isn't that what it is, basically? It's the thing about villains is that if a good villain is someone you hate, you know? Like, I remember talking about this with people back when Game of Thrones was a big deal, and, like, you know, Joffrey, because Joffrey is, like, such a fucking horrible character, you know? You just fucking hate him, but that means he's doing such a good job because he makes you hate him, you know? Because if it was, like, too fake or contrived or whatever, it's easier to just, like, not feel anything because you're like, yeah, whatever, that's not very realistic, but he really made you fucking hate him. Okay, even, yeah, Umbridge from Harry Potter, exactly. A really good example, 100%, dude. Francesca, I thought you were still in Germany. I go where I'm needed. And wherever there are criminals to be caught. Her name is Francesca von Karma, the daughter of my mentor, Manfred von Karma. She, like myself, is a prosecutor. Are you heading up this case? It would be a bit of a relief if you are. Don't you try to flatter me, Miles Edgeworth. I'm placing you under arrest. What? It's quite frustrating, actually. I had hoped to exact my revenge on you in a different venue. But I'll have to take what I can get. I never thought I'd see the day when a disciple of the House of Von Karma would become a criminal. Have you no shame? Wait! It has all been a big misunderstanding. I didn't kill the victim. A misunderstanding? I heard all about the murder over the police radio from the captain himself. You waited for the victim on the first floor and then you beat him to death. Francesca, do you honestly believe that I killed a man? I suppose I should reserve judgment until after I have investigated this for myself. I can put your arrest on hold until then. That's as it should be. Ha! I don't need a lecture on how to perform my duties from you of all people. To be perfect in every way, the fulfillment of that creed alone is all I strive for. Well, I have my own creed which I must fulfill, so why don't we solve this together? I have to get going. The crime scene awaits. Don't you dare leave town. Trust me, I had no intention to. Detective Gumshoe!
Yes, sir!
Too slow.
Ow!
Listen up. I'm leaving you in charge of watching this man. Don't mess up, understand?
Mr. Edgeworth? I'm supposed to guard him?
A simple yes or no, detective.
Yes, sir! Understood, sir. You just leave it to me.
Miles Edgeworth. If you interfere with my investigation, I'll arrest you on the spot. Are we clear? Now then, if you'll excuse me.
Good to see you again, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Boy, am I glad to see you're okay.
Thank you, detective.
I believe in you, sir. You can lean on me. I'll get you through this.
I have to admit, I'm a bit curious as to what Francesca's up to. Maybe I should ask the good detective. Very well. In that case, I have a few questions for you. Let me get closer to you so we can talk in private. Okay, let's see. We got, let me show you the whole screen here. Initial investigation or Francesca. We'll say initial investigation. We'll start with that. So how is the initial investigation going?
We just shipped the body off to the coroner's office. And we're taking statements now, sir.
That sounds like Francesca. She was always good at quick responses to a case.
I'd say she was a little too quick, sir.
Oh, how so?
I rushed on over as soon as I got word of the affair, sir. But somehow, when I got here, Miss Von Karma was already here barking out orders at everyone. It was kind of creepy, as though she knew there had been a murder or something, and had come in advance to await your flight's arrival.
That is sort of odd. She did show up rather quickly, and out of the blue. Plus, I still don't know why she's here in America. There must be some backstory to all this. Alright, now we're going to talk to him about Von Karma.
Miss Von Karma just kind of popped up at the prosecutor's office about a week ago, sir. Something about chasing down leads related to a certain incident.
No details?
It's kind of top secret, so she can't talk about it, even with me, sir.
Knowing her, the only type of talking she likes to do with her whip. Wait, the only talking she likes to do is with her whip. So we fucked that up. Plus, I doubt the top secret part was what stopped her from talking to you, Detective. It's probably because she thinks you're an idiot. Although I wonder if her case was anything to do with mine.
Anyway, that's about all the info I have, sir. We should find out more as we investigate.
Yes, it is high time to resume my investigation. Starting with talking to the people involved in this case afresh. Okay. So look who it is. You guys recognize that guy? That's Mr. Salmonella from the guy who writes Steel Samurai right there. Standing right in front of Edgeworth. Can I talk to him? Looking from behind. I think I've seen this man somewhere before.
In Soviet Russia, world flags lunchboxes eat Jew. Mr. Edgeworth, we've got to get him some water. Found it. Lol. Oh, I feel a wave of creative powers coming on. It's over 9,000! Lols. For my next lead movie, it's gonna be the Steel Samurai, Warrior of New Old Tokyo, versus the Old Samurai, Champion of Earth. It's gonna rock swords. So many box swords. Phew, good thing it was a false alarm, right, Mr. Edgeworth?
So the Steel Samurai is finally getting a movie. Dude, what is, bro, what is going on, LMFAO? It's a reference to a case from Ace Attorney. So the guy that's eating right here, this guy, is Salmonella is his name. And he was part of the case with the Steel Samurai, which was the second or third case, I think, in the first Ace Attorney game. And he's like this super perverted geek dude, but he's the one that writes the kids show, Steel Samurai. But yeah, he always talks like that. Like in leet speak and stuff, he's like a super nerd dude or whatever, like otaku guy or whatever. So, yeah, it's sort of like referencing that.
Completely ignoring me as usual.
Let's see, what about this kid? Oh no, this is the view I'm examining. What's a view of the planes preparing for takeoff?
I want to ride a plane someday and go overseas.
Have you never been to another country before, Detective?
Nope, not yet, sir. I don't even have a passport. But I've been saving up for that eventual someday. A penny a day, to be precise.
At that rate, he won't be making any trips until, well, after retirement. Well, Edgeworth, you could help him out with that by not cutting his salary as often as you do, dude. Yeah, one thing about that Salmonella guy too, we just saw it in the anime when we were watching on Sunday, is he like, as soon as he sees Maya, he's like ogling her and stuff, and then he's like, he makes up the Pink Princess Samurai or whatever, and it becomes like the sequel to the Steel Samurai, all because he sees Maya and like ogles over her. It's kind of weird. It happens again in the anime. Who's this guy? Should we talk to him? Lunchland. Not bad. I guess it's gotten big enough to warrant its own branch shops.
Oh, I've always wanted to give that steak lunch a try.
Which should I go with?
I recommend our airport special World Flags lunchboxes, only available for a limited time. We have a variety of lunchboxes made to look like different countries' flags.
If you really want one that badly, Detective, why don't you go ahead and buy one?
Is that okay, sir? Thanks. All right, then I'm going on to get one. Here I go. Excuse me, miss. I'll take the star-shaped banner lunchbox, please.
Or the Star Spangled Banner, I think is what he said. Just corrected in my head. I hope he's aware that the most expensive one on the menu. I think he thinks you're the one that's paying, Edgeworth. I wouldn't doubt Gumshoe would do that. This man was in first class with me. He was quite shaken up by the whole affair.
I'd be pretty scared too if I was caught up in a murder investigation, sir.
I did it. I made it the whole flight. I'm not scared of turbulence anymore. This life vest is proof I made it alive. It's now my prized possession. How could you just take that from the plane?
It's okay, Mr. Edgeworth. It's got nothing to do with the murder, at least.
Can't walk more that way. Guess we can go this way. This is where Von Karma went. Oh, this is the plane. Nice. March 12th, 1:37 p.m. Flight I-390, second floor, first class. So you must be the captain.
Why, yes, I am. And who might you be?
I am the prodigy prosecutor, Francesca Von Karma, and I have a few questions for you.
Don't you dare, Captain. Getting friendly with another woman? I'll never forgive you if you do.
What are you talking about? I only have eyes for you, my dear Cammy.
I would bet money on our dear captain to be much of a... Wait. I wouldn't bet money on our dear captain to be much of a reputable person. I fucked that up.
So you don't want to ask the captain some questions, sir?
He was in the cockpit the entire time. I hardly doubt he would know anything of use. Anyway, I liked to leave that type of witness to Francesca and her whip.
Ah!
She whipped him.
She was like, oh, poor guy.
Look at LeBlanc back there, just fucking red-faced. He's always so pissed, dude, doing the finger guns.
Rat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat.
Now see here. Ah! Sorry, I'm sorry. How long do you intend to hold me? It is impossible for me to be the criminal I told you.
Mr. LeBlanc.
Oh, it's you. Tell this man to stop stopping me from going. Time is money. I don't have even 1 second of wasteful time to spend.
Okay. Sir, you can't go in there. I'm Miles Edgeworth. I'm not one of the prosecutors on this case, so please let me through. Or, I am. Did I say I'm not? I am one of the prosecutors. Don't listen to what I just said. Listen to what I'm saying now. I am a prosecutor, so let me through. Oh, we got a raid! Hello, what's up, raiders? Welcome in, everybody. I'm gonna get some confetti for y'all. What's up, what's up? Dan is raiding. Yeah, there you go. Give Dan a shout out. Get all this stuff popping up. Where's it at? Where's it at? There it is. Hell yeah. Hey, what's up, visitor? Welcome in, man. Welcome in, raiders. How are you all? Thanks for joining. We're playing some Edgeworth Investigations. So you guys are just in time for some anime fun. Well, pixelated anime fun, I guess. It's not as crisp as the last game was, but you know, it's still cool. We're having a good time. How was the stream, Dan? And crew? You're playing some Soma, huh? Doing some horror stuff. Oh, how was Show and Tell? I looked at a lot of the stuff that you guys put in there. I put some reactions to stuff. It's got some cool stuff. This is where I saw that rig of yours in there. Pretty badass, dude. I love the double liquid cooling system thing. That's cool. I think I might have to do a liquid cool system on my next graphics card. I think that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I hope you guys had a good time. Welcome in, welcome in. Sit back, relax, and enjoy yourself some Miles Edgeworth Investigations. We're playing on a DS for anybody who doesn't know. This is a DS game, so here's the 2-screen mode, and I can flip between the screens so we can try to get the best angle for you guys. You're doing the right thing by waiting. By waiting for my next card, is that what you're saying? Yeah, I figure I'll wait until I invest again into another expensive card, because I'm still in the 20 series, so I'll wait until like the 40 series. Alright, we're continuing on. If anybody wants a recap of the story, though, all you raiders and stuff, just do ! recap, and I will give you guys a recap of what's going on in the case so far. Yeah, so you guys just let me know. About it during the graphics card depression, it was a pretty penny. Oh, okay. But when they were like their most expensive, is that what you mean by that? I see what you mean. Yeah, not good, dude. I'm very sorry, sir. No one is allowed to enter without Miss Von Karma's express permission. But I'm on the case. Yes, I understand that, but I also have explicit instructions not to let you through from Miss Von Karma. Why would you do this to me, Francesca? How about we talk to LeBlanc, can we? Did you finish taking his statement yet?
Yep, all done, sir. I do not concern. Wait, I do not concern if you're not done.
Wait, I do not concern if you're not? I don't think. What? I mean, I guess English isn't this guy's first language, so maybe that's part of it.
I do not concern if you're not done examining the cargo hold. I want my cargo back.
Alright, we can talk to him about his cargo.
If you make a single scratch on my art, oh, you will pay.
Art? What sort of art?
Mr. LeBlanc is an art dealer, so he's got a bunch of artwork down in the cargo hold, sir. There's practically a mountain of them, large and small. From folk costumes to stone statues, I sell all kinds of art.
Folk costumes? Speaking of which, Mr. LeBlanc's hat. Kind of looks like that other piece of cloth.
That other piece of cloth, which I must have in my organizer. This one. Yeah, it does look like it. Shall we present this to him and see what he says, huh? Let's see, can I do that from here? I can check it. Didn't we already... I thought we already did this. For there to be this much blood on this piece of cloth. Was the victim wrapped in it at some point? How big is that cloth, dude? There's something very familiar about this fabric pattern. Yeah, that's the same pattern that guy wears, dude. Bruh. Alright, let's see here. I need to present the fabric cloth. There we go. Do a full screen for this. Present! Oh, it wasn't like a take that. I thought it was gonna be like a take that. Mr. LeBlanc, can you please take a look at this for me?
Oh, it's a Borginian cloth.
As I suspected, your hat is made of the same material, I suppose?
Yes, of course. This fabric is so famous. Orders come from over the seas for more.
Okay, interesting. But he caught that updated in my organizer. Then this is the cargo you were talking about earlier.
No. My cargo this time is much mini gigantic.
Is much mini gigantic. This is definitely like a language barrier for the character.
You, detective, when can I have my cargo moved? You can get the cargo back when we're done investigating, pal. The stubbornness of you police, it is no good. And it is no good that attendant refuses to exit the attendant's room too.
That attendant?
I wonder if he's talking about Miss Tenero.
Much mini, yeah, right? Isn't that great? You gotta love that stuff. I guess it's because he's a Borginian. So now we can talk to him about Miss Tenero. So we'll see that. What did you mean by that attendant, Mr. LeBlanc?
She was taken into the attendant's room for her interview. And then they still have not come out. They make no sign of coming out either. I was finished with my own interview much earlier, quicker than her.
Why is Miss Tenero's interview the only one that's taking up so much time?
Is it because she did it? Miles Edgeworth, you were given free rein to examine the plane, weren't you? Yes, I was able to obtain the cooperation of the flight attendants. Speaking of attendants, I'd like to speak with Miss Tenero. I wonder if you might grant me permission to enter the flight attendant's room? Before I do, you still have to clear up a few issues surrounding your own circumstances. I understand. You may have tricked those attendants with your sophisticated talking, but you can't pull the wool over my eyes, Miles Edgeworth. Argument. Francesca's logic. Alright, here we go. Let's not complicate things and go with the most obvious conclusion. The scene of the crime was here, in the very lounge that the body was discovered. From the time the victim was seen calling for an attendant until his body was found, the only person in this lounge the entire time was you, Miles Edgeworth. This unmistakably makes you the likeliest suspect. I think we've already gone through this. The likeliest suspect, Francesca. Do you have a problem with that? No, but it's not like you to use such vague wording. You're usually a bit more absolute. I'm simply trying to watch out for you. Or is my kindness too hard for you to comprehend? Thank you, but your leniency is unnecessary, for I will prove my innocence soon enough.
If I want to continue my investigation, I'll have to break her line of logic fast.
Alright, so this is like a witness testimony. Here we go. The rebuttal. So the only thing I get down here is to press or present. Let's not complicate things and go with the most obvious conclusion. Don't you think you're being a bit rash by simply declaring me the culprit? I like my affairs to be simple and perfect. I'll show you the meaning of both when I finish this whole thing within 3 minutes.
Hey! You say that like you're cooking a pack of instant noodles. 3, wow!
I won't allow even 3 seconds to of useless testimony to be uttered in my presence.
I see she hasn't changed a bit. But I wouldn't allow her to send me to prison so easily.
The scene of the crime was here, in the very lounge the body was discovered. So tell me, Francesca, do you know all there is to know about the crime scene? I know all that I need to know in order to arrest you. And nothing more? Are you saying there is more I need to know?
Ah! Why'd you whip me, sir?
Sorry, Scruffy. My hand must have slipped.
It would appear that Francesca doesn't have all the facts of the case yet.
Yeah, I would say so. She doesn't know that we're not the killer yet. From the time the victim was seen calling for an attendant until the body was found. What do you mean by seen? Please stop pretending like you don't know! It's insulting. Obviously, I'm talking about how Mr. Hicks was seen calling for an attendant at 5 a.m. And then from the time after that call until the body was found. The only person in this lounge the entire time was you, Miles Edgeworth. While it's true that I was in the lounge the whole time, that fact alone does not make me the criminal. Ha! We'll see about that at the conclusion of this investigation. However, there is one thing that even you must admit at this time. This, unmistakably, makes you the likeliest suspect. Under the circumstances, I suppose I can agree that I am the most likely suspect.
But I believe in you, sir. I don't think you did it. Miss Von Karma's gotta believe that too, right? I mean, you two were like siblings. Ow!
Quiet, Scruffy! Even if we are related by blood, that's no guarantee that he's not a criminal. Hey, what's up, Hoodie? How's it going, man? How are you today? Hope you're having a good one. Welcome in, dude. Let me know if you want any recaps or anything. Francesca, I demand to see some proof that you are not the guilty party.
The likeliest suspect, huh? What a roundabout euphemism. But it would appear that she doesn't yet know about the new evidence that we acquired and where we acquired it. I'll take care of the gaps in her logic, one hole at a time.
I think he means the gift shop. I think that's what he's referencing. So we'll have to see. You got a week since you've done any presenting. It's hard to remember. Switch into standing mode. Yes, please recap for today. Oh yeah, you got it, dude. I am do well. I have allergic reaction and getting rash, but I'll get better. Oh no! I'm sorry to hear that, Hoodie. Glad to hear that it's getting better though. I'm sorry about getting that rash. That sucks, man. Or reaction. Was it reaction or rash? Oh, and getting rash. Yeah, that was rash. There we go. All right, here we go. So we got to look at our evidence. One sec. Get my pedal over here. So let's take a look at our bottom screen. And Let's take a look at our evidence, man. So one of the last piece of evidence we got, well, we got this. So maybe it was the cloth. Type evidence discovered in the in-flight shop. World famous export of Aborigine. Its beautiful pattern has been soiled by blood. That's probably because it has blood on it. That's probably the thing, but there's also the suitcase that came from in there. This was used to transport the body. It was designed by Miss Rhoda Tanero. And it had the cloth inside of it. But I think it's the cloth. Here, one second. I need to turn the game down a little bit for me. How about that? That should be better. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna present the cloth, but we need to present the cloth on which line. Let's not complicate things and go over the most obvious conclusion. The scene of the crime was here. In the very lounge the body was discovered. At the time the victim was seen calling for an attendant until the body was found. The person in this lounge the entire time was you. So mistakenly makes you the likeliest suspect. She mentions the lounge here. Oh, here. I think it's this one because she explicitly says the scene of the crime was here. So I think that means that this is the one that we presented on, I think. So let's go ahead and do our save state. Present. Cloth. It would seem that your logic is not as perfect as you think it is. And what is that supposed to mean? This piece of evidence should show you exactly what I mean. Oh, yes. It clearly shows what you're thinking. That you're attempting to buy yourself time. Nah, what? That wasn't it?
I knew I shouldn't have tried to pull a fast one.
Damn. Alright, let's take another look at the evidence, I guess, then. Fuck. Maybe it was the right piece of evidence, but on the wrong words. You know what I mean? Let's see. I mean, that's like the newest piece of evidence. We also have Miss Millie's testimony. Hicks was there in his seat when he took off again at 5 a.m. Could that be part of it? Made a brief stop at 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. to transfer cargo and refuel at transfer point between 4 and 5. I don't know, maybe this Mealy's testimony might be it. The 5 a.m. thing, doesn't she mention 5 a.m. in her logic or whatever? Nope. Go back one more. Here we go. The time the victim has been called for an attendant until the body was found. Okay, she doesn't. Oh, she mentioned the exact time when I pressed her, wasn't it? Assume the crime was here. I think I can try presenting it here. I'll try presenting the 5 a.m. thing here. I don't. It doesn't feel like a strong suggestion to do or like a strong idea, but I don't know, man. Let's try it. Nope. I don't think that worked. Go ahead and load back. So definitely the whole week between playthroughs makes this so hard because I don't see, it's not obvious to me this time, you know? So far the game has been a lot easier than it felt like the first 3 games were. But yeah, this has been like the hardest one to figure out. Okay, so we also have this Piggy Bank we had gotten the half for in there. It's taken out of its display case in the in-flight shop after the turbulence. Grapefruit's footprints. You know, I'm not sure. I feel like it should be this cloth, man. What could we press it against, though? World famous export of Aborigine. Its beautiful pattern. This was swept by blood. It was discovered in the in-flight shop. That seems to be like the big part, right? But what would I press that against? Seeing the crime was here. The time the victim was seen calling for an attendant until his body was found. The only person in this lounge the entire time was you. So I don't have anything to prove that wrong, right? I think the attendant was in here as well, Miss Tenero, right? But I don't think I have any evidence for that. I think that's the case. I'm just go ahead and look up a hint. See if I can't jumpstart myself into remembering this shit. Miles Edgeworth. Okay, it's the suitcase. Okay. Because the suitcase was transferring the body. Okay, gotcha. See, I feel like there's dialogue that would have helped me remember that if we would have, like, played this all in one, you know. Okay, it's supposed to be on the second statement, which is, yeah, okay, the statement I was thinking, because she's saying, like, this is the scene of the crime. We're like, no, it's not, because the suitcase must have been used because there's blood in the suitcase. And also the suitcase, like, didn't have the little stopper dealies on it, right? That was also part of that, I think. So we're going to present the suitcase. Here we go. It would appear that you did not have all the information you needed after all. And what does that mean? I found a nice piece of evidence just before I was forced to stop investigating. A piece that proves that the body was moved from a different location. The killer used this suitcase to move the victim's body. Meaning that the real scene of the crime is not this lounge at all. Now who's the one rashly jumping to conclusions? Excuse me. All you did was find this piece of cloth inside the suitcase. That doesn't prove that the body was moved. It could be that the killer simply chose that suitcase as a good place to hide the cloth. I expected you would come to that conclusion. It would seem I can't escape that easily. You should know better than that. Avant Karma is perfect in every way. Ah, but did you know that the killer definitely wheeled a suitcase around at some point? As if there is proof of that.
Where is the proof that the suitcase was moved around?
It should be this. Because it said there was like footprints and something being dragged. So this should be it.
The spilled grape juice in front of the elevator.
Yes. I'd like to draw your attention to this area here.
Where is that evidence that proves the killer dragged the suitcase through here? Oh, I can't remember. I think it was... I think it was right there. But we shall see.
This mark here. Wouldn't you say that looks suspiciously like tracks from two wheels?
I suppose.
Further, there was also grape juice residue on the wheels of the suitcase. This means that the suitcase was containing the victim's body definitely passed through here.
I suppose this means that the killer did move the victim's body from somewhere else.
I'm glad you've come to your senses.
Not so fast! This still doesn't put you in the clear. Not by a long shot. How did you know that he used that? It's because you're the killer! You prepared yourself and acquired the Piggy Bank before the plane hit that turbulence. And then you waited for the victim in the lounge, where you beat him to death. Then, while you were in the elevator with the victim's body stuffed into the suitcase. The plane hit that patch of turbulence, and out flew the body from within the case. With no way out, you hastily put the suitcase back where you had taken it from, and pretended to be the discoverer of the body. Not a bad bit of logic for something you thought of on the fly. Just what are you insinuating? But I will show you exactly how flawed your logic is.
No matter how strong of a face you put on, not even you can hide your fears from me. I'll expose the flaws in her logic in one fell swoop.
Rebuttal. Part 2. You prepared yourself and acquired the piggy bank before the plane hit the turbulence. And how do you suppose I was able to take the piggy bank out of its display case? As I recall, the case was locked. That's easy. If the case was locked, you simply had to hit the glass, like this.
Yow! You shattered my heart of glass!
So she wants to talk about the in-flight shop and the Mr. Iffy Bank, does she?
That takes care of how you obtained the murder weapon. And then you waited for the victim in the lounge where you beat him to death. I thought there wasn't any of the victim's blood found in the lounge. I thought you'd say that. What? Did you think I wouldn't have noticed? I think you just found a way to cleverly hide the blood splatter in the lounge by accidentally spilling grape juice on top of it. Are you accusing me of tampering with the crime scene now? We'll see, won't we? The forensic scientists are hard at work on that as we speak. And what do you suppose I did after that? Then, while you were in the elevator with the victim's body stuffed into the suitcase... Hold it. What? Stuffed in a suitcase? That's crazy. What are you saying, girl? So I put the victim's body into the suitcase, and then... Where was I headed, Francesca? That's pretty obvious. You were bringing it to the first class where you could safely keep an eye on it. We're talking about this thing, you know. I'd hardly call it discreet or ordinary. Annoying brat. Well then, you were intending to leave it inside the elevator. But unfortunately for you, a wrench was thrown into your plans because... The plane hit that patch of turbulence, and you flew, and out flew the body from within the suitcase. You've experienced turbulence on a flight before. Of course, many times. You get used to it after a while. The patch we hit was especially rough, and I passed out briefly, but only for a second.
Good thing it was only for a sec, sir. It'd have been bad if it really blinked you out.
Yes, indeed. Unfortunately, blinking out is exactly what got me into this mess in the first place.
That's enough of your idle chatter. I'm not through with you yet, Miles Edgeworth. With no way out, you hastily put the suitcase back where you had taken it from. If I really were a criminal, do you really think I would be so easily caught? Injector. You are currently in the you are currently in the middle of being caught right now.
I have to find a contradiction fast, or I won't have much of my own hide left to save.
I have to say, you are looking rather caught right now. And I'll tell you exactly what you did after that. You loitered around here in the lounge and pretended to be the discoverer of the body.
I didn't pretend to be anything. I really was the first to discover the victim's body.
I suppose that's true.
So then, you are yielding to my statements.
Don't be foolish. I still insist that you are the killer. But, in that sense, you really were the first to discover the body to be dead.
No matter what I say, she seems dead set on making me out to be the killer. Her logic is reasonably sound, and the large majority of it reflects the truth. But there is one point about it that is not quite right.
Okay, we gotta figure out what that point is now. Alright, you paired yourself and acquired the piggy bank before the plane hit the turbulence. Okay, this is the thing with the piggy bank, is the glass, right? I remember that being a thing because the glass was all inside of it. Oh no, the glass was all outside of the case, which means that nobody broke the glass to get in the case. The turbulence caused the glass to break because the piggy bank flew off the shelf and into the glass, right? I do remember that from last week. Let's go ahead and do a little save point right here. So we want to present something. Maybe the piggy bank? This was taken out of its display case in the in-flight shop after the turbulence. See, it doesn't say anything about the broken glass stuff.
The hat on its head was found inside the display case in the in-flight shop. I wonder if that fact has any bearing on this case.
I feel like it does. Does he have something in his hands? Oh no, his hands are just light colored on the end, okay. Was like the display case something that was in evidence? No? I feel like it must be the piggy bank thing, because it... At least when I clicked on the hat, it talks about the display case. So, I'll try presenting in here. We'll see what happens.
The fact that you took this piece of evidence into account in your testimony is to be commended. Your legal prowess is certainly something to be feared. Evidence and logic. Especially tools that those who... essential tools that those who would stand in a courtroom must learn to master. What if there was a fake piece of evidence thrown into that mix? A fake? This Mr. Iffy Piggy Bank is just such a fake. It is not the real murder weapon. What? The timing of when the bank was taken from the shop is important. And it was taken after the turbulence had occurred. But then, what about the blood on the bank? What do you make of that? I assume it was added after the murder when the killer fabricated this weapon. Looking at it this way, the killer basically did 3 things after the turbulence. After exiting the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase to the shop and left it there. Then, the killer proceeded to pick the bank up off the floor and took it to fabricate a fake murder weapon by hitting the victim on the head. Finally, the victim's wallet was planted by my personage in my pockets, to be precise. Everything was done so that I would be framed for the murder of Mr. Ackaby Hicks. You there? Yes, ma'am. Other than this piggy bank, was anything else resembling a murder weapon found? We didn't find anything in this lounge or in the shop that could be used as one, ma'am. Most of the items that could have been taken, most of the items that could have been used were broken during the turbulence. And the remaining items all tested negative for any trace of blood. I see. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it appears your stall tactics are at an end.
But it's possible that it's just hidden somewhere, sir.
If the criminal had wanted to hide the weapon in a safer place, I'd think the weapon would have been hidden in the same place as the bloody cloth. Exactly what I was thinking. Because the cloth was hidden inside that suitcase, it signals to me that the killer had not prepared a more secure place to hide the evidence. Which means that the real murder weapon is either still on the murderous personage, or is still at the real crime scene. There is one more possibility. And that would be that the piggy bank is in fact the real weapon. But didn't we just... Let me finish! The killer took the bank out from the display case before the turbulence by opening the lock on the display case door. And it was at that time that the glass pane on the door was broken. I'd say that's a perfectly reasonable line of reasoning, wouldn't you? Let's see. So that means that the killer had the key to the display case. Francesca, the person you're talking about. Not so fast, I'm not finished. The person I'm talking about also committed another sin. She tricked the captain and granted you permission to conduct your investigation. Yes, it is the sin of lying! Speaking of which, I recall that you also wish to speak with her. Yes. Very well. Permission granted. But only if I can sit in on your on your interrogation. Do we understand each other? I have no intention of interrogating her. But you are welcome to accompany me if you wish. Miss Tenero is in the flight attendant's room. Let's move.
Let's do it. Let's move.
Do-do-do-do-do. A new room. Haven't been here yet. March 12th, 2:23 p.m. Flight I-3090. First floor. Flight attendant's room. So you're the one that poked around inside the plane without the captain's permission. And she's really tightening that whip up, dude. She's ready. Deviating from the flight attendant's manual is very unbecoming, you know. What are you hoping to accomplish by doing that? I can't remember what voice I gave her. Whatever. I'll just give her a different voice. I don't know. Who knows? Miss Tenero. Ah, Mr. Edgeworth, you're here too. Can you please help us and shed some light on why you did what you did? All right. Now tell me. Why? Why? Why would you do that? He's just like about to cry for some reason. Alright, we're gonna ask her about the captain's permission. Captain's Parmesan. What's up with the captain's Parmesan, huh? It's a little extra cheesy. It's worth. Why did you lie about receiving the captain's permission like that? Because I didn't think I would be able to get his permission. What do you mean? The captain. He only has ears for Cammy. I spoke with the captain a little earlier myself. He definitely seems to be rather taken with Miss Mealy. Yes. And on top of that, I had mistakenly accused Mr. Edgeworth of being the killer. I wanted to make amends. In that case, please allow me to thank you for what you did. Thanks to you, I was able to clear myself on all charges. Really? You were able to prove your innocence? Oh, thank goodness. Miss Tenero, is it? There is one more thing I'd like to ask you. You were in the flight attendant shop just before the turbulence, weren't you? Please answer honestly. Yes, I was. And why were you there? Well,
Why the sudden hesitation? Francesca seems to have struck a nerve.
Now we can talk about the in-flight shop. All I did was go check up on the shop like I always do. You're saying it was for work, then? Yes. I'm in charge of the shop, so I have to keep an eye on it. I don't have any reason to go there otherwise. After your visit to the shop, you paid a visit to this room, correct? Yes. I came back to freshen up and adjust my makeup. I'm sorry, but there isn't much else to tell.
Miss Tenero claims to have no reason other than duty to go to the shop. But is that all there is to it? Maybe I should ask her about that thing.
That thing I sent you? Did you get that thing I sent you?
Let's see here. We're gonna present. I think the first thing we should probably present is the suitcase, because she designed it. So that she's got to have something to say about this. And then after that, probably the cloth, I guess, right? Here we go.
If you could please take a look at this for me, Miss Tenero. Oh, that suitcase.
Yes, about the suitcase. You are the one who designed it, correct? And I think I figured something else out about it. This suitcase is the reason you went to the shop, isn't it?
There's nothing you won't find out eventually, is there?
Would you please tell me more about this suitcase?
Yes. I was interested in seeing how the suitcases I had designed were selling. I know that as a service professional, I'm not supposed to care. But I really wanted to know. And I was glad to see that it was the last one there.
Oh, so it had already been moved before she got there.
The last one there. But there were two there. Very interesting.
Now we'll present the cloth, see if she's got anything to say about that.
I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. I don't know how to answer you. As a professional flight attendant, I'm a failure.
She must be worn out from the long questioning session she just went through.
Okay, I can ask her about the last suitcase statement. Here we go.
So you're saying, Miss Tenero, that the suitcase in question was the last one? Yes. They're just so popular. They're practically flying off the shelves.
That's not exactly the impression I got.
The one in the shop is most definitely the last one.
Well, we're currently looking at that suitcase.
Really? Then I guess we sold all of them. Thank you very much for taking the last one.
I didn't say anything about buying it.
Then say you'll buy it.
I'm sorry, I can't.
But why? I think it'd go great with your complexion, Mr. Edgeworth. It really suits you. I guarantee it personally as a service professional.
Well, that is... How should I put this? It's hideous.
What?
Maybe that was a bit too direct. Oh well.
Moving on. My issue with the suitcase isn't the design, it's the number of them remaining.
Remaining?
There were 2 suitcases in the flight shop when I investigated it.
2? But that's impossible. I'm sure there was only one. Looks like her story has generated quite the contradiction. When I left the shop, I'm positive there was only one suitcase left.
Something is amiss here. What could be the meaning of this inconsistency?
By the way, Miss Tenero, what is one of those suitcases doing here?
That's...
I thought you said there was only one left.
that one is, it's mine. I've used it for a very long time now.
She's used it for a long time. I think not.
Miss Tenero, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't lie to me.
Excuse me?
I don't believe for even 1 second that you've used this for a very long time.
What was it that proves she hasn't used this nearly as long as Miss Tenero says? I'm kind of bluffing here.
Stella's hugging everybody. Stella gives all a great big hug. Nice. Thank you, Stella. I appreciate the hug. Virtual hugs back. Domworth hugs. Smelling like hairspray, probably. Alright, let's see. We want to look at this. I think it's the tags? That's the only thing I could think of, right? Let's go and do a save slot. And present.
Take that!
Tell me, Mr. Nero, is it also your habit to keep the price tag pristine on your suitcase? Ah! What is the meaning of this? Why would you lie about a suitcase?
It's because she keeps switching them out. Every year she just switches them out for another one at the display. She puts her old one there. Now she's getting caught.
Despite having faith in her design sense, the sales numbers made her cry bitter tears. The truth is becoming increasingly clear to me.
Mr. Nero, I think I understand. I know what you are trying to hide. Now then, the suitcase was originally in
The flight attendant's room, the in-flight shop, first class. Okay, let's do another save here. Now then, the suitcase was originally in... I guess it was originally in the flight shop? The in-flight shop? Was she trying to make it look like they were selling out so that people would be more interested by, like, making them look like they were disappearing? In the flight attendant's room? I'm gonna say in the in-flight shop because it's got the tags on it, so it must be the in-flight shop, right? It must have come from there because it still has the price tag. Go with that.
Seeing how the price tag is still on the suitcase, one can only assume it was out on the floor for sale in the shop. And the person who bought this suitcase was... Drum roll, please. Who bought it? Maybe the new guy? Or the... not the new guy, sorry. The victim? First class. I feel like she's the one that bought it, right? Because we're talking about how she was really sad about the sales numbers. So she bought it, again, like I'm saying, to try to make it look like people are buying these things. Maybe? You know what I mean? I'm gonna go with that. We'll see if that works out. It was you, wasn't it, Mr. Nero? I hate to say this, but the suitcase that you designed, it hasn't sold very well, has it? You saw how poorly this design that you poured your heart into was selling, and were deeply hurt. That's why you wanted to make it look like it was selling by buying it yourself. Isn't that right? Then, the reason you went back to the shop and came back here was... I'm sorry. All I really have is my job. I was overjoyed when my design was chosen. I thought that maybe I'd finally accomplished something. But the suitcase didn't sell. It's because of the design, isn't it? All because it's, as you put it, hideous.
I can't say they chose a great place in which to sell them either.
We aren't selling a single one, and they were just sitting there collecting dust. I felt so bad seeing them there, day in and day out. So I decided to buy one for every flight I worked. You buy one every single time you work a flight? I see. So in order to keep your resolution, you went and bought one today as well. Yes. And here is my receipt for that purchase.
This receipt is clearly time-stamped at 5:40 a.m.
Okay, that's something. So she was paying for it at 5:40. So there was 3 suitcases in there? Okay, interesting. It's just confusing me.
The truth is, there's still a bunch of them left unsold. They're planning to scrap the remaining ones at the end of the flight. Mr. Nero, where are these other suitcases? They should all be down in the cargo hold. Then the suitcase the killer used could very well have come from the cargo hold. Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth, You don't think that the killer used one of my suitcases to...
Yes, I do. The killer used one of your beloved suitcases to move the victim's body.
Ah! How could they? The suitcases were meant to be faithful partners to our passengers on their trips. It's all I ever wished for them to be.
Miss Tenero, is there any other way to get to the cargo hold other than the elevator?
The only other way is just through the door there.
And what about security?
The door has no special lock installed because just to enter this room, you need a special key card that only crew members have access to.
Which means that the culprit is someone who can enter this room, eliminating the passengers and leaving only crew members as potential suspects.
I can't believe it.
Yes, Francesca?
Going on these wild goose chases. You're a disgrace to the Von Karma name.
And what do you mean by that?
The suitcase came from the cargo hold. That fact alone tells the whole story.
Yes, which is why I said that the culprit must be a crew member who used their key card.
Miles Edgeworth! You're proposing that the killer rode the elevator from the cargo hold, correct?
Yes, that is the most realistic possibility, or it's the only realistic possibility.
That other attendant, Miss Millie. I asked her earlier and she had this to say.
Francesca got information out of Miss Mealy.
In order to make the elevator go down to the cargo hold, a different key card is required.
A different one?
Yes, and the only person who holds that particular card is you, Miss Rhoda Tenero, and only you. Ah!
What? Is this true, Miss Tenero?
Yes, I keep that key card in my locker at all times.
Could you please show us that card right now?
Yes, hold on.
It's not going to be there.
Ah! I don't believe it!
What's wrong?
The key card. It's gone!
Very clever. Pretending that your card was stolen when in fact you're just trying to hide it from us. You've really thought this through.
Wait! It's not like that!
You can tell us all about what it's like down at the station. Officer, arrest this woman.
Yes, ma'am! Mr. Edgeworth!
Looks like you're going to need a defense attorney. I know just the one.
What's wrong? There's disbelief written all over your face.
Francesca, I know that you are the lead investigator on this case. However...
Hold it! Don't even think about wasting any more of my time. You know the rules as well as I do. Evidence speaks louder than words. Even if this isn't a courtroom, that basic tenet still applies. I intend to investigate the cargo hold now. What will you do, Miles Edgeworth?
I intend to do likewise. To be continued right now.
Do a little savey-saver-rooney. Saving.
March 12th, 2:52 p.m. Oh, here you go. Flight I-390, lower deck, cargo hold.
Wow, so this is the cargo hold, huh? It's so big!
Oh, there's so many of those suitcases down here. But there's one missing. This plane is a special model. It has both a super large cargo hold and ultra luxurious first class seating.
So is this the real scene of the murder?
There is certainly a high probability of that, which is why we are here, correct?
Okay, Let's get investigating, sir.
Begin investigation. I guess I should do that with my reverb, right? Zoop, zoop, zoop. Begin investigation. All right, here we go. Definitely want to examine this shiz right here.
Holy suitcases, Mr. Edgeworth. It's like an all-you-can-use suitcase fair.
These must be all the leftover ones they couldn't sell. Ones the company is planning to dispose of after this flight is over.
This paint job is really cool, don't you think? It's practically screams artsy.
I love how Gumshoe loves it. Of course he does, dude. Of course he's got the worst fucking taste ever. So, I mean, considering the fact that they were going to, like, dispose of all of these suitcases, and not thinking too hard about that, makes me think that maybe the person who shoved the body in a suitcase was planning on allowing them to take care of the body when they disposed of the suitcases, you know? And what I mean by not thinking too hard about that is actually considering the fact of, like, as soon as they had one that was way heavier than the other ones, obviously they would notice, right? So, but I don't know if the game would care about that or not, you know? I could just see maybe the bad guy having to be like, well, if they're gonna get rid of them anyways, then I'll just put this body in it, and then there you go, boom, bang, boom. Just like when you put, like, a dead body in a dumpster or something, and then it gets, you know, hidden forever because they took the trash out or whatever. I don't know. Just trying to think like a criminal, you know what I mean? And not just a criminal, but an anime criminal. That's different. Oh, it's smart. You think so, Hoodie? Hell yeah. You're on the same page, you know. I know you know. Oh, and why not purchase one then? I'm sure it will bring so much happiness.
You think so? Then maybe I will. Let's see here. $1,200? I think I'll pass.
And Miss Tanira wonders why they don't sell. You'd need 2 jobs just to buy one. And she buys one every flight. What the hell? It definitely looks like one is missing. What is this brittle substance I'm stepping on?
It's a bunch of glass fragments. Glass shards. What are these glass shards from? Yeah. WTF? WT fuck? Alright, here we go. We got this suitcase here. That seems pretty sus. I mean, not like the other suitcases, though. It's sus in a different way.
Hey, what's the suitcase, pal?
It's what the victim checked in, sir. So the suitcase belonged to Mr. Hicks. I don't think he'd mind if we took a closer look.
There's nothing out of the ordinary here, sir.
Wait, a file?
And there's a photo of Miss Von Karma in it, sir.
Looks like a profile on Francesca. Oh, what the fuck? Whoa, 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 whoa! What the fuck? Von Karma knows this dude? Okay, so some things are coming together. Von Karma was already there. She was waiting for, like, the plane to get there. And it turns out the person she was probably waiting to see come off the plane is the victim, I guess. That's what that's starting to look like. But he has, like, a profile on her? So maybe they were, like, professionally coming together for some reason? I don't know, we'll find out. Interesting, though. Why would Mr. Hicks have had a file on her? This is sus, right, Stella? Absolutely. What if this Von Karma's also done something bad? I mean, she couldn't have been the killer, right? Because she was at the airport, but yeah, it's kind of weird, right? Maybe she knows something about it. Bed sheets, huh? Keeping track of this many pieces of cargo must be very taxing on the cargo crew.
It sure brings back memories of when I worked as a part-time mover, sir.
And by the look in his eyes, he's waiting for me to ask about the rest of the story. But no matter how he pours on, like with the puppy eyes, I have no intention of doing so.
Oh man, I just wanted to tell you about my days as a mover, sir. I just want to be friends. Phoenix is always nice to me.
All sorts of boxes are piled up here.
This one says flammable, and this one, it says pharmaceuticals.
This one says for exorcism use only. Just what kind of operation is this airline running?
Exorcism use? We're gonna exercise people here, huh? Isn't it exercise? Honest Magpie flying in for a quick visit. Welcome in. Hey, Domm. How's it going? Meeting in 10, but I'm here for now. Hell yeah. Man, I wish we didn't have this schedule at the same time you had meetings. That sucks, but we're so glad to have you here, Magpie. I hope you're having a good one. We're having a good Thursday. Examine that elevator.
Oh, I just love pushing the buttons on elevators and crosswalk signals. Here, you should give it a try, sir. Go on, push it.
The elevator's currently stopped on the first floor, Detective. It can't move.
Oh, yeah. Guess nothing would happen if you pushed it now.
Okay, it's just like... Poor Gumshoe. He's just totally like, oh, man. Alright, I guess we want to press a button. Poor little guy.
Well, nothing would happen normally anyway, without the special keycard. Both the door to the attendance room and the elevator's control panels require a keycard, which makes it impossible for a passenger to come down here.
Should we talk to Gumshoe? What's he got to say?
Yes, sir.
Notice anything or Tenero's lie? Yeah, we'll talk to him about this stuff. It's not bad, busy, but good. That's good. Yeah, sometimes busy is good. You know what I mean? Also, Gumshoe is such a child. I know, it's great. He started reading the boxes like, look, boss, I can read. Yeah, exactly. That's why I read pharmaceuticals really slowly, because it's like, it's a big word for Gumshoe. You know what I mean? I love Gumshoe. He's got to be like, he's definitely up there with like best character. You know? He's so awesome. I love him. He's been great in the anime as well. He feels a little bit different than he does in the game, but it's pretty much the same. All right, so we're gonna say, notice anything?
This cargo hold is really big. I can't believe they can fit stuff like that in here.
Detective, what are you going on about? We're in the middle of an investigation here.
Whoa! Stuff's falling on me. I can't get really into my work without something like this happening first. Well, let's get this show on the road. So, which item do you want to start on?
In this world, there are those who are masochistic, and then there's Gumshoe.
Fun fact, Gumshoe does know things about plants, and originally he was going to be designed to be a big fan of horse racing. Oh, interesting, which is why he has a pencil behind his ear. Oh, okay. I guess I always thought that the pencil just because he would be writing down facts, which doesn't really sound like Gumshoe, I guess, when you think about it. About like the case or whatever. I like it as a part of his character design. I'm glad they kept that there. That is a fun fact for sure. Hey, Shiloh's here. Gumshoe! Hell yeah. Wish I could watch the anime with y'all, but guess what? I have 2 meetings a week, and they're during your Ace Attorney streams. I cannot believe. Oh my god. Really? Holy shit. I also timed that like horribly for you? Oh, I'm so sorry. That sucks. Man, what a horrible coincidence. I'm sorry, Magpie. You know it's not on purpose, for sure. Never on purpose. We would love to have you there with us. How are you guys doing? Great. How are you, Shiloh? What you up to today? Doing anything cool? Oh, we're gonna ask him about Tenero's lie.
So that flight attendant, Rhoda Tenero, she's the killer, isn't she?
I don't think we can say that for sure yet. But there certainly are a great number of things pointing us in that direction.
You mean like how she didn't tell us about her buying her own suitcase?
Yes. However, in regard to the keycard being stolen, I can't seem to find any evidence that she's lying about that.
Okay, should we talk to Von Karma now, I guess? There's not really a whole lot telling me this is the crime scene, to be honest. There's no blood or anything. Look at you with all your purdy Twitch badges, Shy. Hell yeah. VIP, year-long sub, and artiste. Hell yeah. Yeah, I love the new artist badge. That's pretty cool. I love that. One day I'll be able to make it. Sooner or later, we're gonna finish the game we're working on, and then I'll be able to watch. Hell yeah, that'll be cool. Hope it won't be as late as the Great Ace Attorney. Yeah, because it'll be a while before I get to that, right? If I miss you playing Dual Destinies, I'm gonna riot. Oh shit. Oh, we'll try to do our best to make sure that you can see that for sure. And I go so slowly that hopefully there's enough time. Because, I mean, once a week, it does take me a while. Which, honestly, I really like it. It's always a delight. Every Thursday, it's like, fuck yeah, Ace Attorney. But, yeah. I can't wait to see your game, Magpie, as well. That'll be cool. You'll have to show it to all of us. I'd love to see that. Maybe I can even stream it, you know? Maybe. I'm taking a mental health day at home, not doing the chores I planned and just enjoying. Hell yeah, that sounds like a great day, then. Sit back, relax, and let's figure out who done it. All right, let's talk to Von Karma.
You arrived at the scene of the crime before Detective Gumshoe, correct? And you then immediately began to direct the investigation. It seems to me that you were already here at this airport for something besides this murder. Yes, I was.
Okay, so we're gonna say, why at this airport?
I have been following a very large and involved governmental-level international crime. But it's much too large for one person to take on alone. So it was decided that I should form a joint investigation with Interpol.
Francesca came to this airport
This airport as the Interpol liaison.
Alright, I don't know, all of a sudden that came out. I'll have to let y'all know when we get the release on Kickstarter. Hell yeah, dude, I'd love to help with that Kickstarter. I can't say much, but I can say it's a physical card game version of an existing game on Steam. Oh, cool. Well, that sounds exciting. Hell yeah. I'll throw some money down on that. We've done it, the flight attendant that's dating the pilot. Oh, it's if you wanna, it's murderer for whodunit. So if you just say whodunit, it'll tell you who you already thought. But it should be here. In fact, you know what? It's a great time to go ahead and bring up the card for anybody who wants to participate. There we go. So if you want to make a guess, it's murderer. But if you want to see what your guess was, it's whodunit. There you go. So yeah, just switch over to the murderer command and that should work. I'm almost surprised that the whodunit didn't still... Well, I guess maybe you don't have a guess yet. That's probably why. And you were talking about Melly, or Millie, by the way. If you want to use her actual name, it's Miss Millie, M-E-E-L-E. But the description totally works as well. Nothing wrong with that. You could also say the big-titted one. She's got some big tits. Huge cleavage. Yeah, there you go. There you go. That worked. Nice. So this is interesting. So now we know why the profile and everything. So I guess a little less sus. A little more making sense why this guy died. If he's part of Interpol. Domm, proof is the worst mod ever. Oh, that's not proof that you're the worst mod ever. It's okay. Maybe it's more proof that my commands are confusing, huh? Cammy, that's her name. Cammy, there you go. Cammy Mealy. You get the pun. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me see. Chamomile? Is that it? Is it like chamomile? Like chamomile? Chamomile? That's the only thing I can think of. Alright, you can tell me what it is. I'm probably wrong. But maybe that's what it is. Like, sometimes they're really obvious to me, and sometimes, honestly, they just go right by me. I can be really thick sometimes with that.
Let's see, Interpol is involved. It's a top secret operation, so I really can't tell you any more than I already have.
I'd have to kill you. Yep, it is. Okay, cool. There you go. Oh, it's because she's sleepy. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. That makes sense. All right. All right. I get it. All right. Thanks for pointing that out, because I was just letting that go right by me, dude. They keep calling her Miss Millie as well, so I keep thinking to call her that. You know, I keep forgetting her name's Cammy. That's funny. I feel like for everybody's name, I should just really be looking closely to see, like, okay, so what's the pun here? No, let's present the profile to Von Karma. See what she says about that. Oh, do I not have that as evidence? I thought that was evidence. And I have the suitcase receipt. Oh, I guess it wasn't evidence. Okay. Never mind. Sorry to bother you, Miss Von Karma. think we already went through this. Suitcase, yada yada yada. There's nothing ordinary. Yep, yep, yep. Okay. Is there something else I can examine? I didn't know this plane was capable of carrying such a large piece, or large pieces of cargo.
That thing is tall as two of us on top of each other, sir.
It would probably take 20 of you to cover the entire surface of this monstrosity.
What? Really? Yeah, I guess that sounds about right.
There's really no need to take that throwaway estimate seriously, Detective.
It reminds me of I bet you could fit 4 Pearlies on that couch. You guys remember that one? I mean, there were a few that I think I had to play the games like 3 times to get. Oh, really? Yeah, I can see that. I wish I could remember off the top of my head, but there were definitely some I was mad at myself for. Yeah. I remember the one Glenn Ellig was one I was surprised I didn't notice, because I was like, there's something here with this name, and then I think it was Papa pointed out to me that it's like the ones that are forward and backwards. I can't remember what they're called now. Also, I'm sorry for being rude. Need to properly say hello to Magpie. Hell yeah. Well, I've got to get to my meeting now. See y'all. See you, Magpie. Have a good meeting. I hope it's fruitful. Let's see. So we already looked at the suitcases. I guess can I go back up? What good is that, though? Should I talk to the cop? I don't think I've talked to the cop yet. Have you noticed anything strange happening around here?
No, sir. I haven't noticed a thing.
I'm not sure that he meant to sound so oblivious.
Okay, that didn't give me anything. What do I need to do now? I have the receipt as a new piece of evidence, but I haven't found anything down here. There hasn't been anywhere to, like, investigate, really. Should I try clicking on these again? Yeah, it's the same thing you said last time. Oh yeah, we got the glass shards, right? Wasn't that evidence? What the fuck? Why don't I see this shit?
Head roll.
We definitely picked up glass shards, didn't we? Hey, what's up, Papa? Welcome in. How are you, my dude? I remember we stepped on glass shards. Oh, we got logic. I forget, we can put things together with logic. Let's try that. I bet that's what we're supposed to do. I totally forgot about this mechanic. My bad. Papa, we were just talking about you. Yeah. I did just mention you. I finished this last night. Nice, dude. Hell yeah. I hope the finale was great. Did you like the game as a whole? I was surprised. I was watching some Ace Attorney content on YouTube last night, and one of them was someone's playthrough of this. I didn't watch the whole playthrough or anything. I was just watching what we've already gone through. And they mentioned in there that they think this game is garbage. And I was just like, what? Really? I like it a lot so far. So it's just like that, and another thing said that this was like one of the worst ones or whatever. And it's just like, huh. I wonder if there's like a big, like, if there's a lot of bad reviews for it, because I like it so far. I enjoy the game. Good. I'm glad to hear that, dude. Hell yeah. I'm enjoying it so far. I was really surprised to hear a couple negative things about it. So it's like, huh, I wonder why. The ending is longer than you think, dude. I feel like that's how these games work now. I know with the last one, I like planned on that. I was like, okay, well, I took the day off. Like I took Friday off that week. So it's like, so Thursday I can go as long as I need to. I think we went like an extra 2 hours, even though it was like the last segment or whatever. It lasts like 2 to 3 times as long as they normally do. So I get it, dude. Every single game, dude. Yeah, every single time, man. But you just, as long as you can plan for it, it's all good. You know, as a streamer, you know. All right, let's see. We're gonna logic the shit out of this. Broken glass. So we have broken glasses, and then we have glass shards. So that the shards could have come from the glasses, you think? Makes sense to me. Net.
I think we can safely conclude that these fragments are from a pair of glasses.
And the victim was wearing a pair of broken glasses.
Exactly what I was thinking. I'm sure that the shards would match up perfectly with the remnants of his lenses. Ergo, the victim was here, just as I suspected.
So you're saying that the real scene of the crime was here, sir?
Isn't that what I've been saying for a while now?
Oh, is it? I didn't know that.
Perhaps it's a bit early to draw that conclusion. However, I believe that the probability has just skyrocketed considerably. All that's left is to find the murder weapon. Back to logic time.
I don't think it's a bad game, but if comparing to an Ace Attorney games we've played, I don't yet have a fave side character like Larry or Lotta, so I'm hoping that type of connection is made here too. Yeah, I feel like we're still like getting into it a lot too, so I feel like we haven't really gotten a chance to give the whole thing a chance, because I'm sure there's going to be some good characters. You know, it's interesting, the mobile version I played seems to be up res from the DS. Oh, really? Okay, I was wondering if it looked better. Guess I'm looking at what you're playing. I gotcha, yeah. Yeah, I figured they would probably do something like that, which would be cool to play something that looked a little bit better, but I think playing the mobile version would have been harder? Maybe not, because I could have just used like BlueStacks, like an Android emulator, I guess. I could have done that probably. But I don't know, I guess I feel like there's a bit of a charm to it. I don't know, is it cool that it's playing a DS game like this at all? Or would it be way cooler if I was just on the mobile version? Maybe it would be better, I don't know. I assume the mobile version also doesn't do the dual screen thing, right? Like that's definitely just for DS, right? Or does it? Because it would make a pretty good vertical game if it did do the dual screen thing, right? Alright, anyways, Profile on Francesca and then Interpol. Yeah, these are definitely connected, right? For show, though. There's definitely a charm to the DS version. Okay, well, I'm glad to hear that. I like the whole, like, switching the camera screens around or whatever. I think that's fun. It's a fun thing as a streamer to do, you know? It's like something I have to actively, like, switch to camera 1, camera 2. Yeah, it just flops between screens. Oh, okay, gotcha. So you just like, it's like still DS style, but it's just like covers the whole screen, I guess. I guess that's kind of how they did the Ace Attorney one. Instead of covering the whole screen, though, it would just have like a banner. It's just they did a really good job, I think, on the remakes of the first three. The trilogy, the remake that we just played, I think they did a really good job. It looked beautiful. Looked, sound, beautiful. Now, why would Mr. Hicks have documents profiling Francesca?
Oh, I know. I bet he's a big fan of Miss Von Karma, sir.
Francesca said that she had come to this airport as a part of an Interpol investigation.
Oh, maybe Mr. Hicks had heard she was coming here and he followed her.
Detective, I think it's more likely that Mr. Hicks was, in actuality, Interpol Agent Hicks. I think Francesca has some explaining to do. Francesca, you got some splaining to do. Do I have a piece of evidence, or is it just another talking point? It's just another talking point. I'll show ya. Boom. So I'm all about the automation. I just was able to automate a huge and tedious process at work. Nice! My boss said they didn't know what was better, my adorable reaction that I solved an issue for the company, or the fact I'm saving them tons of time and money. That's funny. They like the whole thing. That's great. Every side's an upside. After seeing the anime, just waiting for Gumshoe to kick in a door. It's the Caps! Yeah, I know. I love how he says Caps in the anime. That is funny. That is great. That's something you don't get, because he never even says it's the cops. You know, he never gets that moment in the game. So to have that in the anime, it's the Caps! It's so funny. Because the voice actor does a pretty good job, even if he did like a different direction than I went with. But there's something I was going to say about what you said, Stella. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that reminds me of today, Stella, as well. I also automated something today, which made me feel really good for my company, too. And hopefully it'll help us out on a lot of things as well. So, hell yeah, automation. I'm all about that. You know it. I literally want, like, this on a video call. Eek, it's so awesome. Oh, that's funny. Oh, you went like this, my bad. That's how awesome, programming stuff is. So I totally get it. It's so satisfying
when you get something to work, especially if it's something that you like, you feel like you take a lot of time to do anyways or whatever. Or maybe it's something that you would love to be able to do, but it's always just taken too many steps, but now you've just made it so much easier, and now you're able to do it, and that's just such a satisfying scenario, you know? So that's awesome. Glad to hear it. All right, we're seeing the truth behind Hicks. Man, this little like tuft here has been tickling my ear all stream, and I'm just like, come on, dude, cut it out. I'm not used to having hair, so it tickles. Truth behind Hicks. You came to this airport to rendezvous with the victim, didn't you? Nonsense! What are you talking about? We found a profile detailing information about you and the victim's luggage. I suppose it was prepared for him so that he could recognize you when he landed. Which makes him not Mr. Hicks, but rather Interpol Agent Hicks. Isn't that correct? I should have known you'd figure it out, Miles. But it looks like they got to him first. So you really did come here to receive an Interpol agent, then? Yes. Agent Hicks was on the trail of a very large international smuggling ring. Agent Hicks was on the trail of an international smuggling ring. Logic. And went undercover to investigate this crime. It was I who put him on this case. I was supposed to receive a call from him and on his cell phone once he had landed. Stuttering a little bit. I never expected to receive a call about his murder instead. I think we now have a pretty definitive evidence that Agent Hicks came down here to the cargo hold.
But what was he doing down here, sir? There's nothing but luggage. Oh, I get it. Maybe he forgot something in the suitcase and came down here to get it. No!
Agent Hicks came here for a work-related reason. Of that, I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure he was here to investigate the smuggling operation he was observing. Francesca, do you know exactly how he intended to pursue this investigation? I feel like LeBlanc is now feeling a little bit sus because he's like an art dealer, so maybe he could be involved in the smuggling somehow because he kind of like moves goods, but I don't know. There's not really much of a connection other than that. Something that took a lengthy, multiple-step process with tons of room for human error. It days it a single click, and now it's a single click with tested 100% accuracy. Hell yes, that's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. Hell yeah, that's awesome. It's so funny. I feel like I did something very similar today because it's like, to keep it simple, we used a lot of test data with our program, right? And there's like an entity within our program that we get like entities from like another source. So normally we just use one of the things that we get from the other source, but the other source can like change data, which makes our tests fail. And so I made it so that we can make fake versions of that entity so that we have complete control and they'll never change. So then our tests will be more stable. So hell yeah, that's what I did today. I hope that made sense, but just trying to keep it as simple as possible. Anyways. No, unfortunately, I was going to find out from him after he... Oh, my bad. He had his finger out, so I thought it was Edgeworth. No, unfortunately, I was going to find out from him after he landed. I see. But this raises another question. A normal passenger can't access the cargo hold on their own. Agent Hicks must have identified himself to a member of the crew and entered the cargo hold with that person who let him in. Yes, and then he was murdered here. These glass fragments and his broken glasses are a testament to that. And then the killer put Agent Hicks into one of the spare suitcases and... Oh shit, that was Francesca, my bad. They entered the elevator. But while they were riding it up, the plane hit that patch of turbulence. Because of the intense shaking, the suitcase popped open, and Agent Hicks' body flew out. At the same time, his wallet fell out of his pocket, spilling its contents everywhere. Which explains why there was money scattered all over the elevator floor.
Investigation complete. Ooh, yay. Nice, Domm. Hell yeah, thank you. Yeah, it felt good. I haven't got to, like, show anybody yet because it was, like, I worked over, like, my normal time today just because I wanted to make sure I got it done because there's, like, a phase 2 thing I want to add to it just to make it a little bit better. So I haven't got to, like, show anybody who's actually going to help yet, so I can't wait to show them tomorrow. That'll be cool. Nice thing to have on a Friday, you know what I'm saying?
I think it's pretty easy to say who the culprit is in this stage.
What? Really, sir?
I know what you're thinking, Miles Edgeworth. But the killer can be none other than Miss Rhoda Tenero.
Oh, an argument. Here it comes.
Definitive evidence. If it was a crew member, any one of them could have shown Agent Hicks to the cargo hold. But the point to keep in mind is the key card that allows the elevator to come down here. The only person with such high-level access is Miss Rhoda Tenero. I'd say that's a pretty decisive piece of information, wouldn't you?
You know, you did something cool, and tomorrow you get to show it off, continuing celebrating. Absolutely, hell yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. It's honestly, it was like something we've talked about doing for like years, but we've just never really had the time to get around to, and now I've gotten to a point where I needed to do it. Like, it would really help me with what I'm building anyway, so I'm like, you know what? Why don't I just take some time to build this up? So it took me like a day and a half, but I got it.
I know what she's trying to say, but I'm not certain it's as simple as that.
Rebuttal. About to press the shit out of her, dude. Because that's one of my rules.
If it was a crew member, any one of them could have shown Agent Hicks to the cargo hold.
That might be true, but then it could be anyone, including Miss Mealy, or even the captain.
Don't be a fool. A plane without a pilot in the cockpit is like a horse without a rider. Crop in hand, much like Scruffy over here.
Yeah!
I think it was a yee. I don't know how to neigh in Gumshoe's voice. 10 hours to automate a task that takes 20 minutes, right? But the thing is, like, it takes 20 minutes how many times, right? You gotta factor more stuff into there, right? To make sure it actually sounds good. It's funny, it reminds me today, for some reason that reminds me. I saw today, I have this extension on my browser because I use YouTube a lot. It's called Sponsor Block. And what it does is, like, when you're watching a YouTube video and there's that moment when they're like, and today's video is brought to you by the sponsor ExpressVPN or whatever, you know what I mean? As soon as they're about to do that, it like automatically skips over it for you, like just scrubs past it so that you don't have to watch the sponsor spot. And on the extension, I had to click on it to like debug it a little bit. And I found that it told me I have skipped 15 hours of sponsor content. So it's like, that's 15 hours of my day that I saved instead of watching an advertisement for something that I'm like 99% chance not gonna buy anyways. You know what I mean? And so I was just like, I just looked at it and like, hell yeah, dude, saving so much time. Ads take up a lot of time when it adds up, dude. If it's about the appreciation, yeah, absolutely, dude. It's about not having to do that over and over again anymore. It saves you a shit ton of time.
I can't disagree with her on that. Detective Gumshoe does always need a guiding hand.
Very well. Then what about the other flight attendant, Miss Mealy?
Ha! I thought you might ask about her. But the point to keep in mind is the key card that allows the elevator to come down here.
But okay, so they can get down here without the elevator, and they're saying that the key card is needed to get down here, but is the key card needed to get up from here? Is it? I don't know. Maybe not. You know?
But it's highly likely that the key card was stolen from Miss Tenero. It's highly likely? Is that possibility the best you can come up with? And you call yourself a disciple of my father?
Nah. Yes. Well,
While I don't have any evidence, Be quiet. You're a disgrace. There's more evidence pointing to Miss Rhoda Tenero, you know. It's not just the key card that gives her away. You're talking about the murder weapon, the Mr. I Fly Piggy Bank. Yes, she is also the only person with a key to open the display case. Further, there is the matter of the key to the display case that is held the murderous bank. The murderous bank. Then can you share that extension name? I would love to save time and have metrics of time saved. Yeah, absolutely. It's called Sponsor Block. It's the extension. Here, I can just throw it in the Discord really quick. I'll put it in Take My Money, since it's like a product. And it works with any Chromium or Chrome-based browser, so it works with Google Chrome or with Edge, the new Edge Chromium browser. And it's like crowdsourced, so that means that how the functionality works is that someone who watches it and notices that no one's skipped the sponsor yet on this video, you can then submit it. So then you get this extra button on the bottom of your video in YouTube, and you can click to say the sponsor spot starts now, and then you can scrub to the end of it and say it ends now, and then submit it. And then now nobody else who watches the video will have to watch the sponsor thing because it'll automatically skip. And it skips more than just sponsors. It can also skip intros and stuff like that if you want, and you can make it semi-optional, where it's a little thing will pop up to say hey, do you want to skip this part of the video? And then you just hit spacebar and it'll skip for you, or you can just let it go and it'll go away. It'll time out after a couple seconds. So it's a really nice extension. I totally recommend it. I'm pasting it now. All right, the Automod just placed it in Take My Money. So if you guys want to check out that extension, go for it. All right, here we go. Further, there is the matter of the key to the display case that held the murderous bank. Hold it! But that is a fake. Stop right there, Miles Edgeworth. You don't have any proof that this is just a red herring. If you must keep on insisting that it's a fake, then what is the real murder weapon and where did it go? Speechless, I see. That's not a surprise. After all, you know that we've searched the entire cargo hold and came up empty-handed.
There must be a way. There must be something that can help me rule out the piggy bank as the murder weapon. What should be examined further to help us ascertain the authenticity of the weapon?
Hey, it's Maverick. What's up, dude? How's it going, man? How are you? How are you? What you up to today, dude? Hopefully you had a wonderful Thursday, man. So good to see you. All right, let's see. I'll show you what we're looking at. So what do we need to look at further? The piggy bank, the crime scene, or the body? Oh, man, maybe the body? The piggy bank itself wouldn't really show us much, right? And I'm thinking the body. Let's go ahead and do a save state really quick. There we go. Good brother just hanging out. Hell yeah, man. That's how I like it, baby. Doing any gaming tonight, my dude? Not a bad Thursday at all. And it's Friday tomorrow. Hell yeah, dude. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, it's basically Friday already, right? Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. I'm so excited for the end of the weekend. I got or the end of the week, I got a shorter work week next week and then an extended weekend that weekend. So I'm pretty excited. Yeah, plugging into some more Final Fantasy 9 tonight. Nice, dude. Hell yeah. How far are you in that? You pretty close to finishing it up? I think you've been playing for a while, right? That's one of them I haven't played before. So I don't know how to tell how far you are. You know, I just saw recently that there was somebody on YouTube who is they're either in the middle of it or they may have finished it, but they're doing a fan what do you call it? A fan dub of that game, where they're putting all the cutscenes together and then they're doing voice acting for it and stuff. I thought that was kind of a cool little project. 4-day weekend next week for me as well. Hell yeah, dude. That's what I'm talking about. About halfway through. Okay, cool. Nice. Getting there. That's awesome. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty cool idea. Yeah. I found it because I was looking at some voice acting work on this Discord server I am, and there was somebody, I think it was the same people who did do that one. They were starting another one. What was it that they were gonna do though? Shit, I forgot. They were doing a different game though. Fuck, I can't remember which one it was. I want to say it was another adventure game like that though. I was thinking about maybe auditioning, but I don't think I ended up doing that. Went with a couple other things. Wish 9 would get a remake like 7 did. Well, maybe in the future it will. Who knows, man? I mean, I guess I don't hear, you know, everybody rave about 9 as much as 7. Like 7 gets all the love, right? Like 7's great, you know. It's a good game. Not saying it shouldn't get remade, but 7 gets so much love when there's so many other good Final Fantasy games as well. You know. But hopefully 9 will get the treatment, man. That'd be great. With Domm Dynamite voice acting someone. Hey, that would be cool, dude. That would be cool. I'd be down. I'd be fucking down, dude. I've gotten into a few projects recently. I've been in 2 machinimas now. They're not completed yet, but I will be in 2 machinimas. I got a Red Dead one I voiced for, and a GTA 5 one I voiced for. And I'm the villain in both of them, so should be fun. I can't wait to show you guys. They're planning to do 9 like 7. Oh, is there some information out there? Hell yeah, dude. If you got like an article, if you remember the article or wherever you heard that, if you can post that, I'd love to see that. I'll make some calls. I'll make it happen. Oh shit, dude. Fucking Maverick's got the contacts, dude. He's the guy to know. Fuck yeah, man. He's the shadow broker. I'm hoping they finish 7 before starting on 9. Yeah, I would really like some more of 7 to come out for sure, because I want to stream it like really bad, because I would love to play it. It looks fucking phenomenal, to be honest, so I would love to play it. But I really want at least one more part to come out before we play it on stream. I mean, you don't want to play one of the 20 Final Fantasy VII games? Right? There are so many of them, dude. It's gotten so much love. It's crazy. But, I mean, it's because it's a story that really resonated with a lot of people, right? I also think, personally, it's because it was the first 3D Final Fantasy. I think that's actually a huge part of it, personally. Hot take, perhaps, but... like, if 8 was the first 3D one, I think it would get a lot more hype, you know? Maybe if 9, too, was the first 3D one. It's fun. Oh, the remake, the 7 remake, is that you mean, Isidore? Yeah, it looks fun, man. I've watched people play a little bit of it. I haven't started yet because I want them to finish it. Yeah, right? That's what I wish. I wish I could just wait that long, but I think part of me is gonna succumb at least after the next part comes out and just be like, all right, let's just fucking play it, dude. 7 is the fan favorite, but honestly 9 takes the cake in my opinion. See, I know so many people who feel like 9 is their favorite, you know? 7's love comes from nostalgia mostly. 9 is better. It's a better game though. Yeah, see, I hear a lot of people say that. Yeah, and the thing is, like, I think 7, like I said, I think 7 gets that nostalgia because so many people wanted to play the first 3D Final Fantasy game. I think that's one reason why. And so it's like their first impression of a Final Fantasy game in 3D. That's gonna leave an impression on you, you know what I mean? And so by the time you get to 9, you're like on the 3rd one that's 3D, and so maybe the 3D part isn't so shiny and new anymore, which is the fact that it's still a really good game and a lot of people love it. It says a lot about it because it's actually just the game. That's like just the story, just the mechanics or whatever. So I don't know, because like 7 is cool, 7's story is cool, but I don't know that I'd put it miles ahead of, like, I've never played 9, so I don't know, but like not like miles ahead of 10 or not even miles ahead of 8. I really liked 8, and so I don't know. That's my theory. But I don't want to say any of them are bad games, certainly. That's not what I'm trying to say at all. But I do feel like 9 is on my bucket list to play one day. So I hope they do remake it. I really do. Because that would be the best way to play 9. It's on the remake for me at this point, since I've never played it before. I'll just play the new one. You know? It'd be interesting. I bet there are people out there for 7. Their first take at 7 was the remake, maybe. I'll say 7R will be the saddest story because you fall in love with characters so much more in the remake. Oh, so you mean 7Rs and 7 the remake? Okay, I got you. Yeah, I could see that because it's like more like nuanced in its storytelling from what I could tell, like from what I've watched, because I've only watched bits and pieces because I want to play it myself, but I will say I have watched quite a bit of it streamed just here and there, and it seems like it goes into like more granular detail about the characters' relationships and stuff. And so I could definitely see that being a bigger thing. So like there's definitely gonna be some really hard-hitting spots in that, because it was already hard-hitting back in the day when it was like everything was polygons, and now that they look like real people and stuff, and it's just more like, you know, nuanced and meaningful. It's gonna be great. I can't wait to play it, dude. I think it's gonna be awesome. It's in depth on character development stuff that was easily missed as a full text-based game. Oh yeah, absolutely, for sure, yeah. Like, cause it's all voice acted now too, right? Cause they did like the full deal, so you even get like the, you know, the quality of their voice while they're saying things and stuff, cause that's a big part of it, you know. All right, we gotta do something here. So I'm gonna click on the body, but I'm gonna make sure that we get a save state, and we're gonna click on the body.
Francesca, I think you were too quick to jump on your conclusions. Oh, was I? Yes. We don't even have the autopsy results yet. How can I not say that you made a snap judgment when you have yet to even see if the wound on Agent Hicks's head is consistent with the murder weapon?
I think I may have picked the right one.
Scruffy!
Yes, sir.
Contact the medical examiner's office at once. I wish to hear the results of Agent Hicks's autopsy.
Yeah, yes, sir.
And he runs away.
Please just don't whip me again, sir. My ass is fucking chapped.
100%. I will stop my distractions for now. We are lawyers. Oh no, it's all good, man. I'm down to have conversations. It is a little bit harder with these games to have conversations, but I love talking about Final Fantasy. No problems there, bro.
Well, we've got a big problem, Mr. Edgeworth, sir.
I feel like I need to work on my B's. I feel like I them a little too much.
What is it, Detective?
They're still doing the autopsy, but they said that they already know this one thing for sure.
Report! Now!
The doc said that this one giant bruise from a beating from the shoulder down to his mid-back.
It's one giant bruise. So was he like beat multiple times?
From the victim's shoulder to his mid-back. He was beaten over such a wide area.
Maybe he had stuff fall on him? Huh.
Well, I'd say maybe it's a sign the killer had a grudge against Agent Hicks. It wasn't just his head. The killer went all out and hit him multiple times, sir.
Autopsy report data jotted down into my organizer. Okay. Interesting. I heard Final Fantasy V is Edgeworth's favorite. That's how you tie it together. There you go. That'd be funny to hear Edgeworth liking us to Final Fantasy games. I almost feel like he wouldn't have time for them, but maybe when he was a kid, you know what I mean? When he grew up, dude, 5 was his shit. Yeah, I like that. I like how you're trying to tie it in there, Maverick. I appreciate that.
Scruffy! What is had a grudge against Agent Hicks supposed to mean?
Well, that's,
Was the wound on the victim's head consistent with the murder weapon, Detective?
No. Well, they said they were still looking into that, sir.
You're completely useless!
Yo!
Sir! I told you already, you can't go down there!
No, you remove yourself from my way.
I assume that's LeBlanc.
What is that racket?
Yeah, I knew it was LeBlanc.
My luggage, my cargo, they're mine and I demand you return them to me.
We're still investigating the cargo hold. Please understand and have a little patience.
I suppose there is no choice.
Finally, I think he gave... Hey, what are you...
You've left me no choice but to use strong force.
You won't get past me!
Oh shit. What the fuck?
This is... Wait, that's it! So that's what this whole thing has been about. Further, there is the matter of the key to the display case that held the murderous bank.
Mr. I5 Piggy Bank, is there some way for me to prove this isn't the real murder weapon? Okay. This is we're like remembering stuff here? Oh, okay. We're having one of those anime moments, I get it. To where like something is happening and then they have to be like, oh wait, and then they flash back to a bunch of things, and all of a sudden 30 seconds has passed, and the guy's still falling. That's what's happening right now. I look forward to remake game as more often have a language option for me. I am not played Final Fantasy before, but is similar. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Right on. Yeah, I can't wait for that for you then, Hoodie. Hell yeah. That's great. So great to be able to spread stuff to more languages for more people, you know? That sucks that it never got localized to your area, Hoodie. I'm sorry about that. But you'll get to enjoy those stories one day. Uh-oh, I got an Amber Alert. Hopefully that wasn't really loud for you guys. And also, that's unfortunate that there's been a child abduction. That sucks. Fucking horrible people in this world. Alright, weapon couldn't be found. Nobody could find anything that could be considered the real weapon in the hold. Okay, these are all going into my logic. We're gonna have to logic some shit out.
After all, you know that we've searched the entire cargo hold and came up empty-handed.
The doc said that the one giant bruise from the beating from his shoulder down to his mid-back.
Cause of death. Extensive bruising from back to head down to mid-back as if severely beaten. Is it that he fell like Blanc is right now? I got it. Okay, now we're logicking shit out here.
Connect my thoughts, minion.
Right, let's see here. Connect my thoughts. Weapon couldn't be found. Smuggling. Agent Hicks was on the trail of an international smuggling ring. Extensive bruising. I only see like these two being connected and these two being connected. I was trying to make sure there's not some other connection, but because these seem like too obvious, I guess. Like weapon couldn't be found, and smuggling I guess isn't super obvious, but because like the weapon couldn't be found because it's been stuck with the smuggling stuff. Like I don't know. This guy like wanted to get in his luggage, which seems almost like a little suspicious. Like maybe he has the murder weapon. Cause of death: extensive bruising from back to head to mid-back. And weapon, maybe this one. Cause of death and weapon couldn't be found because the weapon was that he fell or something, right? So maybe he fell down the stairs or something even for the bruises. Let's try that. Here, let's make a save slot. Let's try that.
The pieces don't fit together quite right.
Fuck. Okay, well, I fucked that up. It wasn't me, Isidore. Ooh, I get it. So smart. Well, I thought that was it, but apparently not. Let's do the if you piggy bank in the cause of death, I guess. I don't know. Now I'm just kind of guessing. Because we were trying to say that it wasn't the murder weapon. I don't know, let's see if that works. I can't tell if I'm overcomplicating it or if I'm being too simple half the time. Okay.
Allegedly, the killer struck the victim many times over, which is why there is extensive bruising over such a wide area. But is that really the correct conclusion to draw from the evidence? The bruise from his shoulder to the middle of his back is one continuous mark, which is more suggestive of a single blow to the back. If that's the case, then the piggy bank is much too small to have caused that. Therefore, the murder weapon must be something far bigger.
A sizable weapon. The unusually large area of bruising suggests that a very large weapon was used. Alright. So I have sizable weapon, and it couldn't be found. Maybe those two things together? Okay, we'll go for another save slot. Connect my thoughts. Oh, sorry, I didn't show you the bottom there, my bad.
If we're looking for a rather large weapon, you'd think it would stick out. But so far, we haven't found anything that resembles a weapon of any sort. Perhaps, just perhaps, it's something we've all overlooked from the very beginning. Because normally, it's too impossibly big to be taken into consideration.
What was that all about? Was he trying to jump his way down here?
Francesca! What? What do you want? I found it, Francesca. I found the real murder weapon. You did?
He really jumped.
We didn't realize it until now, but the answer has been right in front of us this whole time.
He might be hurt. We should go check up on him, sirs.
There's that pompous attitude of yours again. You should learn to drop that habit.
This coming from a prosecutor with a habit of whipping everyone she comes across.
Anyway, if you really are a prosecutor, then you'll back yourself up with evidence.
You two aren't listening at all, are you?
Come on then, show me this real murder weapon you speak of.
Okay, so my options are show evidence or don't have evidence to show. I feel like I'm not gonna have evidence to show. Let me go ahead and make a save slot here. Organizer. Yeah, I don't think we have evidence to show. What was this picture? Okay, that doesn't... It's definitely not that. Alright, I'm gonna say we don't have evidence to show.
I don't have any evidence to show you. Foolish reasoning for a foolish fool from a foolishly foolish fool meant to fool me. What do you mean by I don't have any evidence to show? Perhaps I should have phrased it as, that which caused Agent Hicks's death is incorporeal. Forgive me, but I do believe I had figured out what was the real cause of death.
Freefall? I mean, it seems like the game's definitely pointing at freefall. I can't smoke tonight and it's driving me cray. Oh, I'm sorry, Shiloh, that sucks. I know how that could be. I'm sorry. I wish I had a solution for you, but I don't know of one. All I can say is my condolences. If I could help you, I would. All right, we're going with free fall. Here we go. Free fall.
The victim fell from a very great distance and subsequently died as a result. In other words, the real cause of death is free falling to the ground.
He
Fell to his death?
Yes. This is the only plausible possibility.
He died of asphyxiation. I'm like trying to find something to paint and I don't even feel like it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, just not really in the mood, huh? You gotta be in the right state of mind, you know? He was in the unpressurized cargo hold. Oh, there you go. That would have been an interesting, like, way for that to have happened, for sure. I have the house to myself for the weekend, but I hate it if I'm sober. Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna be just bored all weekend then, huh?
The victim has extensive bruising on the back of his head and his back. And the only rational explanation for these injuries is that he fell to his death. But the murder happened inside this plane.
I know.
Are you claiming that there is some place in this plane from which he could have fallen from? As I said earlier, the answer has been right in front of us the entire time. You can't mean... Yes, I do. The victim fell from the top of the stairs of this very cargo hold.
What? Then, well, we're in trouble. We may have a second death in our hands, sirs. Hey, you! Tell me you aren't dead, pal. Quiet. Why are you screaming? He's alive.
And there you have it, Miles Edgeworth. It's not possible that Agent Hicks fell over the railing to his death. That man is living proof of that. I suppose it's true that it's not possible, given the current circumstances. The current circumstances? What is that supposed to mean? Suppose that large piece of cargo wasn't there at the time. What would have happened then?
You would have been a Bajorian pancake for sure, sir.
I almost said pal. Papa said, Maya Fey, who is not in this case. She's the one that did it. Yeah, there you go. Let's go to the bedroom. I might pass out. Okay. Sounds good, Charlotte. We'll hang out in there. He was locked in the elevator so long the fecal matter from his burrito farts killed him through sheer suffocation. There was no more oxygen left. Only fart. Oh! Not the fart gas.
I suppose the man over there wouldn't still be breathing. But the reality is that the cargo box is there. So there is no point in entertaining your wild hypothetical scenarios. It may be there now, but there is no proof that it was always there. Ha! As if there could have been a window of time when the giant box was not there. Ah, but there was. What?
What can I use to show her that it's possible that the box was not always where it is now?
I know this one. This one is more than likely the fact that they had the refueling in Zhengfa. Made a brief stop from 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. to transfer cargo and refuel at the transfer point.
Present! Take that! You refueled in the Republic of Zhengfa? Yes. This flight had a short layover in Zhengfa in order to refuel. But that wasn't the only reason for the layover. We also transferred some cargo. What if the box in question was only transferred onto the plane at that time? To further prove my point, let's take a look at what's next to the box in question.
Ah, it's labeled Zhengfa Express.
Correct, meaning it was loaded onto the plane in Zhengfa. Cargo from Zhengfa, data jotted onto the organizer. Okay. Now, what if the box in question had also loaded on at the same time? It would mean that the box was not there in the cargo hold during the Europe to Zhengfa leg of the flight, making a clear drop from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death entirely possible. Ah, but your theory is still very far-fetched. Then allow me a chance to prove how very likely my scenario is.
My first order of business will be to examine that piece of cargo in more detail.
Let's do it.
Those yellow suitcases, do you have one of those in your inventory? I have one in my organizer, if that's what you mean by inventory, yeah. It's a clue because the body was actually, we've pretty much proven that a body was transferred in one of them. Like the body, like the victim was killed here in the cargo hold is what we're trying to establish now. And then the killer put the body in a suitcase and then rolled it to the elevator. And then while they were in the elevator, we hit turbulence and the body fell out. And then the murderer left the body there in the elevator for some reason. Body in a suitcase, that's effort. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm thinking too. It's like, you crammed him in there? Like, what the fuck? No wonder he popped out like a fucking slinky or whatever, dude. Jack in the box. Yeah, we have it in our organizer right here. The iFly suitcase. It's intentionally ugly. Alright guys, I gotta use the restroom real quick though, so I'm gonna go ahead and go BRB, but I will be back here in just a few minutes, so yeah, don't go away guys. Perfect time to get up, stretch, get yourself something to drink. Maybe a little snack-a-rooski. Alright, be right back.
Monday, eastward.
John's got ulterior motives. Maybe John is interested in something else. What do you think, huh?
Tuesday, nuts. Wednesday, Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Thursday, Edgeworth Investigations.
It looks like the bullet passed right through his stomach area, sir.
In other words, he was shot.
Yep. And until the autopsy's done, I don't think we'll know much more than that.
Please have the body sent to the morgue and once.
Friday, Yakuza 0. Monday, Eastward.
John's got ulterior motives. Maybe John is interested in something else. What do you think, huh?
Tuesday, Nuts. Wednesday, Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Thursday, Edgeworth Investigations.
It looks like the bullet passed right through his stomach area, sir.
In other words, he was shot.
Yep. And until the autopsy's done, I don't think we'll know much more than that.
Please have the body sent to the morgue and once.
Friday, Yakuza 0. Monday, Eastward.
John's got ulterior motives. Maybe John is interested in something else. What do you think, huh?
Tuesday, Nuts. Wednesday, Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Thursday, Edgeworth Investigations.
It looks like the bullet passed right through his stomach area, sir.
In other words, he was shot.
Yep. And until the autopsy's done, I don't think we'll know much more than that.
Please have the body sent to the morgue and once.
Friday, Yakuza 0. Monday, Eastward.
All right, I am back. Thank you for sticking around, everyone. Appreciate you guys. I guess I should tuck it on this side. Huh? I don't want to get into the way of my jabbit. This is my jabbit, damn it! Let's see, I saw Spyro, sweet, hell yeah.
And the clip of Edgeworth is, but it's a clip of someone being shot. Didn't we just say dying from falling? Yeah, that was from, yeah, you're right. It's an old clip, yeah. That is from the first case from the game. So, yeah, that was the first dead body. But this one definitely seems to be falling. All right, here we go. We were going to look at the cargo, right? That was the dealio. Examine. For sure. Hell yeah.
This is a rather large piece of cargo.
There's a tag on it, sir. Let's see. Aleph Red Statue? I never heard of it.
Nor I. But all I care about is if we can prove it wasn't here at the time of the crime.
Then let's get to investigating, sir.
Nope, it's LeBlanc. He's talking in Borginian. Wingdings.
Look here. You do not go about touching my possessions without my permission. Don't rush up on me like that, pal.
So this belongs to Mr. LeBlanc, does it? I should see what else I can find out from him.
Alright, let's talk to LeBlanc then. So we can talk about LeBlanc's cargo.
I take it that this large piece of cargo belongs to you, Mr. LeBlanc.
Of course it is mine. I shipped this fine piece of art from Europe. This Aleph Red statue is worth 10 million cents. No, maybe much, much more.
10 million cents?
Mr. LeBlanc's reason for choosing this plane must have been the large cargo hold.
10 million cents?
I suggest you stop trying to calculate how many packets of noodles that makes, Detective.
Oh, how'd you know how'd you...
How did you do that? He read his mind.
How'd you do that? I feel like you keep getting better and better at seeing right through me every year.
Though I grow with each revolution of the planet around the sun, I have the distinct impression he continues to madly spin in place.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, so that 10 million cents, is that in euros or in dollars?
Does it really make a difference Does it really make a difference in our case? Mr. LeBlanc, there's a chance that your cargo is related to our murder case. I was wondering if you would allow us to examine it a bit closer.
It's a very valuable piece of art, so no, there will be no touching.
Valuable piece of art. Mr. LeBlanc claims to have brought a piece of art from Europe, but... Are you sure he's not the fucking smuggler, dude? I think he might be the killer. Let's see, can we present anything to him? Let's take a look. No, not really. We haven't got much new. We just have this now. Well, I guess I could ask him about this stuff. Because this isn't his cargo. This is the Zheng Fa stuff. Let's see what he says about it.
Why do you show me something of no value? Show me the bread first, and maybe we can talk.
Wait, he wants me to pay him before he'll comment on this.
Yeah, he's got nothing to say about it then. Well, can we logic some stuff? Smuggling and valuable piece of art. I mean, maybe. Let's do a little save Rooney.
Yes, that's it. Let me just do some thinking.
Oh, there we go. Cool, we got something here.
If Mrs. LeBlanc has something to do with the smuggling ring, then it's possible this fake statue was brought on board in Zheng Fa. I think I need to question him a bit further.
There we go. Now we should have unlocked another talking point, and we did. Fake statue. Cool.
About your statue, Mr. LeBlanc. I wonder if it might be a fake.
What? How dare you say my art is fake?
I suspect that your statue might be the target of an international smuggling ring.
Don't say such fantastical things. Those thieves would not dare. I have the certification of my cargo right here.
Do you mean the cargo certification document? Mr. Zinc LeBlanc, why didn't you say so earlier? Please show it to us at once. I can't read this. What does it say?
It says as plain as day, the cargo was put onto the plane in Europe.
And there you have it, Miles Edgeworth. Too bad for you. The statue was brought on board in Europe, just as it states in this certificate. No, that's... Which means that there never was a window of time which the statue wasn't sitting there. The Fred certificate data jotted down in my organizer. Yeah, but if they're smuggling, wouldn't they, like, fake that kind of thing? Are you just gonna let these smugglers get away with it? I respectfully disagree. We can't discount the theory until I see the statue for myself.
Huh. Then you can have your wish. Look at yourself and see I am right.
This. I know I've seen this somewhere before. Yeah, it was in that picture behind the Interpol guy.
This is the Aleph Red. It gives off such a feeling of art. I can practically smell it. This statue has a high amount of historic value. After it was unveiled at a museum in Europe, I brought it to this country to exhibit it.
The Fred statue data jotted down into my organizer.
I believe a closer look at this is warranted here.
So let's take a closer look, my dude. So this is the infamous Aleph Red statue,
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Did you find something?
There's something wrong with this picture. We should examine it in more detail. Let's see. Look at the eyes, I guess. Examine. Are these eyes made of some sort of gem?
That's a real nice shade of orange. For a sec, I couldn't even tell they were jewels. Oh, but they kind of remind me of the eyes of this stray cat that lives near my house.
Are these eyes supposed to be this color? Is it possible the statue is a fake?
Got a little nick here. Oh, it was right here. I clicked.
So this is the Aleph Red statue. I swear I've seen this somewhere before.
No wonder this thing is worth 10 million cents. Look at how it sparkles, sir.
I wouldn't call it sparkling, detective. Maybe more along the lines of dully shining. Let's look down. Ah, damn. Same thing as last time. He wants me to deduce something with the picture, I think. I'm just trying to see if there's any other things. What if I click down here? Examine.
What's this?
The statue looks like it's stepping all over its neighbor's cloth cover.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. So if it was already in here, then why is it on top of the cloth that's covering that, huh? That was a fucking mistake. Yeah, see, Yuna's got it. There you go.
Kinda resembles its owner's attitude in a sense. You, what did you say? What you did say?
What did you say now? Oh god, man. His grammar throws me off.
You, what did you said now? Further, my clothing's hem is not being stepped on by anyone. It's too expensive for me to allow that to happen.
Please forgive the trespasses of my subordinate.
Why should I forgive if the dress passes? Unless it is in an expensive dress, you keep it.
God. Like confusing dialogue sometimes. It's exactly, hell yeah. Yeah, Yuna's good at this. Let's see.
know if there's anything else weird about it. I think we need to deduce.
To deduce.
So, let's see. Go ahead and make a save slot. Deduce.
Nope. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold?
I mean, not that spot necessarily, but the whole statue. Because it's the same one this guy's in front of, but it's... Oh, I should have chosen his red eyes. Because that's probably, like, the real one, right? Okay, let me go back. Okay, instead we're going to choose the eyes. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, my bad. I meant deduce.
Eureka!
These eyes are awfully orange, don't you think?
Yeah, and pretty. They remind me of sunsets when I was in grade school, sir.
I don't think you see what I'm talking about.
No, I do, but it's really like the color of the sun when it's setting, sir. Ah, the memories. I remember standing out in that field, spinning with my arms out until I fell, or until I felt ill.
I don't care about sunsets. Focus, detective. What color are the eyes in this photo?
Huh? Ah, sir, they're red!
As I thought. This statue is a fake. Good thing we don't have Godot here. Godot would be like, what do you mean? I don't see anything with those eyes. Does it even have eyes in that picture?
Mr. LeBlanc.
What do you want? Do you not know I am a busy man? I allow you 2 seconds for your answer.
The Aleph Red. I suppose this is your pride and joy, is it not?
It is the biggest trophy on this European trip. Do you know why I wanted to possess this statue? The trigger started 17 years ago. Better grab a chair, sir. Sounds like this is gonna be a long story.
Mr. LeBlanc, I regret to inform you, but you have my heartfelt sympathy. And you have my heartfelt sympathy, but...
What is that? Sympathy? For what?
You'll see. I'd like you to compare the eyes.
That large fellow there has very bright and pretty eyes compared to you.
I wasn't talking about the two of us. I meant the eyes of the statue in front of us and the one on this photo.
Why the sudden yelling? Now then. Oh. Here's a photo of the statue on display at the museum in Europe. Oh!
Now do you see, Mr. LeBlanc? The statue before us is a fake.
Ah! A fake!
I believe that even further examination will be required. What's up, Shiloh? Now that we have confirmed that this is indeed a fake, there must be some sort of proof that this was brought on board in Zhengfa. How did he not know, though? Did he do any research? Right? Right, dude? It kind of makes him out to just be a guy that just believes whatever anybody tells him. It's like, oh, yeah, here you go. Or he's a smuggler and he did know it was fake and he's just acting because he's actually a part of the smuggling ring or whatever. And which is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he's in cahoots with the smugglers, dude. But who knows? Maybe they stole the real one and then replaced it with this one. I don't know. We'll see. And I will present to you the evidence that will resolve the remaining contradiction. I guess it would be this somehow, right? Let's go ahead and make a save slot. Oh, sorry, I forgot to switch it down to the bottom. I'm thinking it has to be this, right? He must be acting. Cahoots! Exactly. He's the killer. I'll see Yuna's onto him. If you haven't made that guess yet, Yuna, you can use the murderer command to make the guess for LeBlanc, if you wish. Let's see, organizer. I guess I could use the cargo from Zhengfa, right, as the thing that I deduce with this. Let's try it.
Deduce.
Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold?
Yeah, it's this one.
Eureka!
I forgot his name. Oh, it's LeBlanc. L-A-B-L-A-N-C? LeBlanc? You can just describe it if you want. Art trader or whatever, I would get it. It doesn't have to be his exact name if you don't want to. Whatever words you want to use to describe him, as long as I understand that's who you mean.
There was clearly a contradiction here. What are you going on about? It's just a simple case of a cargo cover getting stuck under another piece of cargo. Ah, that's not possible. But it is. It shouldn't be this way, but the statue is on top of the cloth. Supposing that the neighboring piece of cargo was brought on board in Zhengfa, there is no way that any part of it should wind up under something from Europe. Which means that this fake statue was smuggled on board in Zhengfa. But then what about the cargo certificate? Let me ask in return, what about Agent Hicks? Why did he come down here in the middle of the flight? There was only one reason why. To secure proof of smuggling activity on board this flight. So you say, but I don't believe he had to do that mid-flight. He could have just as easily inspected all the cargo after the plane landed. That may be true. However, you have it backwards, Francesca. Sure, Agent Hicks could have waited until after the plane had landed, but he had a reason for coming down to the cargo hold. Suppose he had found the fake at the airport. It would have been after the swap had occurred. At that time, the suspicion would naturally fall onto the statue's owner. He would have no way to prove that the statue was swished without his knowledge. Which means there is someone involved who is forging or modifying cargo certificates.
Okay. Interesting. Who's the pretty Karen-looking silver fox lady? Oh, you're talking about Von Karma. That's Francesca Von Karma. I'm sure I'm saying her name wrong, but she's from the last game. She was introduced in the second game in the series when we were Phoenix Wright. She was the other prosecutor, and yeah, she's always whipping everybody all the time and stuff. So her backstory is she is like the youngest prodigy to ever become a prosecutor. Is she on your side? Sort of. She is another prosecutor. Like Miles Edgeworth is a prosecutor, and she is a prosecutor, and so they both, work for the prosecutor's office or whatever. But in this situation, Miles is a part of the crime scene in a way because this was his flight to try to come back to America, and he just got mixed up in it. But Francesca is actually the person who's been assigned to it, so that's why she's here, and that's why she's accusing everybody of stuff, because she's trying to figure out what's going on here. But yeah, since we're Edgeworth and this is our game, though, of course we're right and she's wrong. But like her father was I don't remember his first name, but he was Von Karma as well or whatever. He was introduced in the first game, I believe. Maybe it was the second game. And he went to prison. Yeah, it must have been the first game, right? Because he was actually the murderer of... Was he the one that murdered Edgeworth's dad? I think that may have been him. Either way, he was a murderer. We figured that out. And he got sent to prison for like falsifying evidence and for murder, obviously. And then we met his daughter after that, who is Francesca Von Karma. And so she kind of keeps a lot of her like father's presence, because Von Karma was definitely like he ran the whole thing. He was a dickhead too, and he made sure that he was in control, not the judge and stuff. And so she does that a lot too with her whip. She's constantly whipping people all the time. But she's great. She's like a character that you love to hate. At least I love to hate her. She's great. I love it. Edgy's dad is dead. Damn. Yeah. One of the big parts of Edgeworth's backstory is that he really wanted to be a defense attorney, because I think his dad was a defense attorney. And one day there was like this earthquake while him and his dad were in an elevator. And I could be wrong on some of this. It's been a while since we've done that case, but and the earthquake shut down the elevator, so like the lights went off and stuff, but then someone came over to the elevator and like shot through like the window, because it was like I guess an old-timey elevator or something, had a window, and shot through it and shot Edgeworth's dad, I think is how it happened. And then there was somebody else that was dead in there too. Oh fuck, I don't remember the details. But I think it was Von Karma that had shot through it to kill him, because they thought that Edgeworth's dad was the killer, I think, because like there's the security guard who was also dead in there. I think it was like crazy because he ended up in the room of like where two people died or whatever. It's like this traumatic thing in Edgeworth's history. So he's like deathly afraid of earthquakes and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I think because of that happened, he ended up becoming a prosecutor for some reason because he wanted to catch the guy who did it, the actual guy who did it. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. Also, Maya's family gets caught up in that as well because that was the DL6 incident where they actually, in order to try to find the man who did it, they called back the spirit, I think, of the security guard that was in the elevator to ask him who killed him. And I think he ended up pointing at Edgeworth's dad. And that ended up being false. And so that, like, made Maya's mother, like, I don't know, bring disgrace and dishonor to her family or whatever, because basically it made it seem like her whole spirit channeling thing was fake and a lie, and that the police had relied on this fake thing in order to, you know, solve this case was really bad. And so she ended up like leaving her family and everything, just like getting up and leaving or whatever. And so then Maya and Mia were like motherless, pretty much. I mean, Mia was an adult, but Maya was still in her teens and stuff. So it's kind of interesting how everything's sort of like all tied up together, you know? Which the last case in the Phoenix Wright games that we were just playing before this one, Maya's mother was the person who died, which is pretty crazy. It's crazy. It all comes back around to it all the time. Investigation complete. Got my health back.
I guess the victim knew the real version of this was gonna be nabbed, huh?
Yes. Well, this photo could seem as nothing more than a simple souvenir. It was in fact taken to be used as a reference document later on. Next, Agent Hicks had to secure proof that the smuggling had taken place. He came down here to take a picture of the cargo hold. A rather empty one at that, right before the fake statue could be loaded on board. A photo of the hold missing a valuable piece of cargo would have been proof enough. After that, all he had to do was hold the Zengfar cargo crew and arrest the smuggler. Exactly. This only goes to prove my theory. If the statue was not in the cargo hold during the Europe-Zengfar leg of the trip, there would have been enough height from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death. Officer! Move this statue immediately! I want a thorough examination of the floor underneath now!
Miss Von Karma, I'm ready to report my findings.
Go on.
After moving the Ayla Fred statue out of the way, we tested the area under it with luminol, and there was a reaction.
Luminol! Hell yeah! Where's Emma?
We're gonna figure this out scientifically.
I see. There was a reaction to luminol, an indication that there was blood in that spot.
Can we stop looking at it now, sirs?
It would seem that my deductions were correct after all. I suppose it would appear that way. The culprit cleaned the blood up as well. And how do you think the killer did that? How did the killer clean up the blood?
I guess with this cloth, right? This cloth with blood all over it? I guess, right?
The killer used the bloody cloth I found inside the suitcase to clean up the mess. I see. They had a need to clean up all the blood before the plane landed in Zengfar. Yes, because otherwise the cargo crew would have discovered it during the layover.
So you guys are saying that the murder happened before the plane landed in Zengfar?
There was no conceivable timeline for the events of the murder. But if that is true, then that throws a certain person's testimony into doubt.
If the murder occurred before we landed in Zengfar, then this becomes highly suspect.
Oh shit, I'm gonna have to look at all their testimonies. The murder occurred before, let me see, organizer. Millie's testimony, Mr. Acme Hicks was there in his seat when we took off again at 5 a.m. This one, Millie's. For sure it's gotta be hers. Because there's no way he could have been in his seat again at 5 a.m. when they took off because he would have been dead before they left. Because the layover in Zingfa was at like 5, right? Or it was between 4 and 5. They took off again at 5. Where is that evidence? Is that this one? No. I thought we had that in here. Oh, we don't have that anymore? I guess it doesn't really matter. Because we had the testimony. Okay, so it's a Millie's testimony. Recall Miss Millie's testimony about Agent Hicks in regards to when we departed Zingfa.
I saw Mr. Hicks sitting in his seat at 5 a.m., you know.
She claims Agent Hicks was alive at the time of the service calls, but...
That totally contradicts the facts, sir.
I just, like, mouth farted that. Facts! But why would she lie about something like that? I think the only person who can answer that is Miss Millie herself. So let's go talk to that bitch. Huh? Hopefully we can get through another part. I think this might be the last part. So hopefully we can finish it up today. Going through all that. Yep. On to the final part. Yep. Okay, yeah, I think we can definitely get through to the rest of the stream. Sweet. I think we're going to finish it this stream. Hell yeah. OMG, what a turn, right? Hell yeah. Who would have thought? Miss Mealy? No way. Couldn't be her. March 12th, 3:35 p.m. Flight I-390, lower deck, cargo hold. Miss Millie. Miss Millie!
Huh?
Do you recall what you said earlier? About when you answered some service calls and we were departing from Zingfa.
Huh?
You said that Mr. Hicks was sitting in his seat at that time. However, that is simply not possible. Because Mr. Hicks was dead long before we touched down in Zingfa.
Huh?
Miss Cammy Millie!
Maybe I didn't see what I thought I did?
No one could make a mistake so large, Miss Millie.
But I make that kind of booby all the time.
This is going nowhere. There must be a better way of resolving this contradiction. Very well. Miss Millie, if you please, tell me about your alibi during the time span. From just before we were to land at 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. when the body was found.
Are you telling me I'm a suspect, Mr. Edgeworth?
No shit. It's so funny when her hair's like that. She just totally covered. She has so much hair, dude.
Yeah. From 3 to 4, I was, in the flight attendant's room all by my lonesome self. Yeah. And from 5 to 6, I was, in the flight attendant's room all by my lonesome self.
She was just there the whole time? Then how did she see the fucking victim in his seat then? What the fuck?
How is a man supposed to react to a testimony like that?
Miss Millie, wake up!
Ah!
She fell asleep again. It looks like the only way I'm going to be able to wake her up is by pressing her.
Rebuttal. Yeah.
Press that shit. Hold it! Miss Millie, wake up!
I'm awake. I'm awake.
Miles Edgeworth, I demand that you do something about this flight attendant this instant.
Why ask me to wake her when you can finally put that whip into appropriate use?
Whip her awake, why not?
From 2 to 4, I was, in the flight attendant's room, all by my lonesome self.
If I remember correctly, food was being served in first class in the lounge between the hours of 3 and 4 a.m.
Yeah, and that kind of stuff's run by Miss Rhoda.
And what were you doing in the attendance room at that time?
Eating, and then having the most delicious dream.
You mean you were neglecting your duties?
No way. Sleeping's part of the job too, you know. Oh, yeah.
Should I press this one as well? Is it gonna be the same thing?
Miss Millie, how many times do I have to repeat myself? Wake up!
Oh, I'm awake.
Yeah, that's whip. Oh, and then she still whips a gumshoe.
Yo, so what'd you whip me for, sir?
Oh, what'd I miss?
A poor detective being on the receiving end of a lash in your stead.
Really? Huh. Sorry about that.
You can make amends for that by continuing with your testimony.
And from 4 to 6, I was, in the flight attendant's room all by my lonesome self.
So you were alone the entire time, were you?
Yeah, no one else even popped their head in to say hi.
Oh? Well, I think a contradiction just popped in to say hi. What should I do? Should I raise an objection?
Yeah, I guess we'll raise an objection. Why not, right?
Miss Melee, there is a clear contradiction embedded in your testimony.
Huh? What are you talking about?
It's not possible that you were alone in the attendance room the whole time from 5 to 6 a.m.
Is it the testimony from what's her face? It's not possible you're alone in the attendance room. Because somebody came in there because she bought the suitcase, so it'd be the suitcase receipt. Bought in in-flight shop and left in the attendance room. The timestamp says 5:40, right? Because she left in the attendance room, so she must have come by. So it's got to be this, right? Oh shit! Sorry guys, this is what I'm looking at. Sorry, the suitcase receipt. Because yeah, see, it says left in the attendance room, and the receipt timestamp is 5:40. So between 5 and 6, Miss Tenero came in there, right? So here we go, presenting this.
I wonder if you'd be so kind as to take a look at this receipt, Miss Melee.
Huh? A receipt? For what?
It's for the suitcase Miss Tenero bought. Now, if I may direct your attention to the timestamp. As you can see, it clearly says 5:40 a.m. Miss Tenero.
Yes.
What's she down here all of a sudden?
Huh? Why is the killer here? I thought you'd have her locked up by now.
I requested that she be present as a witness so that we may straighten out your complex lie. Now then, Miss Tenero, between the hours of 5 and 6 a.m., you took a trip from first class down to the first floor in-flight shop, correct?
Yes. I went to the shop to buy a suitcase. After which, I went straight to the attendance room to drop it off.
And did you see Miss Melee there at the time?
No.
So, Miss Melee, where were you really between the hours of 5 and 6 a.m.?
Oh, she's passing out. No, there she goes.
Miss Cammy Melee!
Huh? The bathroom?
I'll be the one to ask the questions here.
Yeah, maybe that's it. I probably just missed her. Nature calls, you know.
Do you take me for a fool? That's a little too convenient to be true.
But it's the truth. Cross my heart.
I don't have enough conclusive proof to counter-argue her at this stage.
You don't believe me, do you? But please, won't you give me a chance to hear me out?
Hear you out. You gotta say something for me to hear you out, girl. You're not saying anything. Just keep falling asleep.
Look, I know you're suspecting me because I'm one of the crew. But you think then maybe you should also suspect Miss Rhoda, too. She's the one in charge of the elevator key card in the shop, you know? If you ask me, that makes her super suspicious.
Please leave Miss Tenero out of the conversation. Only you are under suspicion for now.
I don't get it. Why are you covering Miss Rhoda all of a sudden? Oh, now I get it. Maybe you've got your eye on Miss Rhoda.
Of course I'm keeping an eye on her. I can't very well let her escape, can I?
Never mind. But you want to know something? Miss Rhoda actually kinda I have absolutely no interest in people who can't appreciate my sense of design.
Which Edgeworth definitely cannot.
Now's not the time for this sort of talk.
Ladies, there's plenty of time for this later. I'm switching to seated mode real quick. There's plenty of Edgeworth to go around, ladies.
Look, I know you're expecting me because I'm one of the crew.
No, it's not the only reason I have for suspecting you. Your statements regarding Mr. Hicks also turned out to be a bunch of lies.
But I say I wasn't in attendance.
But say I wasn't in attendance. Okay, I gotcha.
But say I wasn't in attendance. You wouldn't suspect me then, would you?
Yes, suppose that's true enough.
But you'd think that maybe you should also suspect Miss Rhoda, too.
She's already being detained for further questioning, or have you already forgotten?
Oh, yeah, I guess I just forgot. Kimmy, don't tell me you suspect me, too. Sorry, can't help it. I mean, other than you, there's no one else here who could have done it. I can't believe you would think that. I mean, me, a killer.
Miss Melee, what did you mean just now by no one else who could have done it?
She's the one in charge of the elevator keycard in the shop, you know.
And what are you in charge of, Miss Melee?
I take care of the attendance room.
That doesn't count.
But I spend so much time in there, it might as well be my responsibility. Mr. Edgeworth, Kimmy is very talented in languages. So she assists passengers who may not speak English.
It's hard to imagine her knowing any other languages.
Especially those who speak Borginian. She is the only one on this flight who is fluent. No, you mean that kind of what am I in charge of? Or you mean that kind of what am I in charge of?
Come on, Millie.
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
What else could I have meant?
Yeah, so I'm really good at Borginian.
She's fluent in Borginian.
And I suppose you're in charge of processing documents in Borginian?
Yeah, I take care of anything that has to do with Borginian.
Very interesting.
If you ask me, that makes her super suspicious.
Actually, your on-the-job behavior makes you super suspicious in my eyes.
Huh? But why?
While Miss Tenero is busy with the passengers and all of her other duties, you have a lot of free time on your hands, thus providing you with ample time to commit the crime. Miles Edgeworth, I demand that you cease this and desist with this line of conjectural questioning. I won't allow you to bluff your way through this like a certain defense lawyer. She's talking about Phoenix? Nah. But I do not honestly believe Miss Melee does any actual work on board this flight.
No, that's not true, Mr. Edgeworth. Although, well... all I'm in charge of are the attendance room and some Borginian stuff.
Oh, she just added that. So what exactly do you do as one in charge of some Borginian stuff?
I do stuff like translate things from and into Borginian. Kemi is also, Kemi is the only member of the crew who understands Virginian, Mr. Edgeworth.
Miss Melee, I take it that's when... oh, jeez. I don't know why all of a sudden I can't read. Miss Melee, I take it then that it is your job to process all the Borginian paperwork.
Yeah. See, I totally pull my weight around here.
So it would appear.
Perhaps I should ask her for a few more details about her work and...
Miss Melee, it's very unladylike to push suspicion onto someone else.
That's not what I'm doing at all. I'm just saying that Miss Rhoda is very sus.
There you go, pushing everything onto her again.
I don't get what you're saying. Must be a really abstract concept, huh?
Huh. The only thing abstract here is the landscape inside your head.
Okay, so we need to present evidence at this point. Or he wanted me to press again. It kind of sounded like he was asking me to press again. He said he should ask her more about the stuff she does, but we just pressed on that one. I guess I'll try pressing again, see if it does the same thing. Yeah, it's the same thing so far. Okay, let's see what we can present here. Oh, this document in Borginian. The statue was loaded on board in Europe, but statue is a fake. Ah, okay. So she would have been the one that's in charge of this paperwork, right? Okay. Let's get to the point where she says she does the Borginian stuff. Then we're presenting this document. We'll make a safe state there. Present it. So you are the only one in this flight crew that speaks Borginian. Is that correct? She's already out.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. I studied aboard in Borginia for a while.
If that is the case, then the signature on this document belongs to you, doesn't it?
Huh?
This is a falsified piece of documentation with only one purpose. To lead anyone who read it to believe that Mr. LeBlanc's statue was loaded in Europe. The only person who could have either prepared or processed this document in Borginian is you, Miss Melee. Without your participation, the smuggling of the Aleph Red could not have occurred. She's already asleep again. Don't sleep while I'm pointing my finger at you. Oh shit, what the fuck? What has she got there? She's got a little bubble thing? That's hilarious, dude. This character is so funny. She's so childish, and yet she's got some fucking big old hooters in there. It just cracks me up, dude.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of falling asleep on you, Mr. Edgeworth. It's exactly as you say.
Are you confessing to having participated in the smuggling?
No, far from it. It's true that I was one who signed off on the document. But you can't use that fact alone to make your allegation of smuggling stick. There is no direct correlation after all. All you have is my signature on a piece of paper.
I mean, it's more than that. It's not just a blank piece of paper with your signature on it. That's what she's acting like it is. Like, no, it's an official document falsifying something. Really? All you did was sign it.
I neglected to check if the cargo had been loaded onto the plane properly. So sorry about that.
Nope.
It seems that she's finally woken up. This is going to be one tough fight.
Suppose that this is just a supposition. Even if I was involved in the smuggling, you can't throw the charge of murder on me just like that.
If you were involved in the smuggling, you would have a strong motive to kill. Agent Hicks was in the middle of an investigation regarding a smuggling ring. And just when he was about to close in, he's killed by a member of that ring.
Well, did you ever stop to think that Miss Rhoda is a smuggling ring member? After all, unlike me, Rhoda has access to many things on the plane for work purposes.
So perhaps there is some element of a setup at play in this case.
What are you talking about?
Don't worry, I wasn't talking about you, I meant the killer. First it was myself, and now it's Miss Tenero who was under the microscope. Seems to me that our killer is going to great lengths to pin this crime on anyone they can.
You have no proof that Rhoda is being set up or that she isn't.
Actually, I believe that she was indeed the intended target from the very beginning. I believe that the plan was to push all of the blame for the crime onto her. And this evidence will prove my suspicions. Oh, shit. This proves that the killer was out to frame Miss Tenero from the very beginning. Oh, shit. From the very beginning. I guess it's the... I can only think it's the suitcase. Because they used the suitcase during the murder. And maybe the decision to use the suitcase was intentional to frame her. I guess I'm gonna go with. Go ahead and do a save state just in case. The iFly suitcase. Yeah, I guess it would still... Okay, so I think that I'm strengthening my argument here, just thinking about this. Because the bloody cloth was still found in there, so it's like they're still trying to blame her. They're like, okay, if I can't keep the body in there, then I'll go ahead and put the bloody cloth in there. And then put it in the shop so that she'll be blamed for it, because she's the one that runs the shop, right? I assume that's what they were trying to do. So let's try that. The killer could have hidden the body anywhere, and yet they chose the suitcase. Why is that? Perhaps it was to move the body up from the lower deck to the first floor. However, why go through the trouble to do so? Uh-oh. Look at that. She's like ripping off the head of her stuffed animal there, dude. That's an interesting frame. She's like ready to fucking kill him. The only way all of these actions make sense is if the killer had wanted to frame Miss Tenero for the murder. Miss Tenero buys a suitcase on every flight she works without fail. But should her suitcase be switched with the one containing the victim's body, that would put her in a very tight spot. Unfortunately for the killer, the turbulence put an end to that plan. There wasn't enough time to put the body back into the suitcase. Ergo, they made do with whatever was on hand, adapted their plan. And tried to frame me as I lay unconscious on the floor from the turbulence. The killer went to hide the suitcase in the in-flight shop, and brought the Piggy Bank back to the elevator in order to fabricate a false weapon. A lot of work for a fruitless endeavor, wouldn't you agree?
Sounds like the killer had a tough time too, huh? I mean, why did the killer need to frame someone that badly anyway?
That is because of the special circumstances surrounding this particular case.
What special circumstance dictated the need for the killer to frame someone?
Let's see. Where the murder took place, when the murder took place, who the murder victim was. Who the murder victim was. Because they didn't want to tie it back to the smuggling ring, right? So we'll go with that.
The killer at a loss of what to do with Agent Hicks's body. But as it just so happened, there was a bunch of empty suitcases nearby. Being a skinny man, the killer thought to put his body in the suitcase and hand it off. You mean that the whole plan to frame someone was an elaborate coincidence? No, that's not what I said. You've wrongfully deduced my meaning, Miss Melee. The one with the wrong deductions is you. Think before you speak again. Oh, okay. Damn, that was wrong. Patience, Francesca. I was about to reveal the truth. Okay, so that wasn't it.
But what special circumstance dictated the need for the killer to frame someone?
So it wasn't who the victim was. I guess it was... when the murder took place, because she wasn't doing anything? Or where the murder took place, because it's in the cargo hold. I'll try where. Those ones did not feel as strong to me. The special circumstance is simply that the murder took place on a plane mid-flight. No matter which country, customs is quite strict on this day and age. Quite strict in this day and age, okay. Also, I'm gonna get my clogged up nose. We're good. So no matter what you do, the chances that the body will be found is very high. Therefore, there was no choice but to frame either Miss Tenero or myself. In other words, the only one who fits within the boundaries of the criminal's movements is not Miss Tenero, nor myself, but you, Miss Camille. Only you and you alone could be the killer.
And...
Look at that. Her wiping her eyes, that's a new one.
Are you done already? I was about to fall asleep again. Anyway, let's be honest here. You don't have anything on me other than a whole lot of circumstantial evidence.
I can see the outline of how the murder occurred, but I have no definitive evidence. Isn't there a piece of evidence that's still unaccounted for? Something that I still can't quite fit into the big picture.
The cell phone, right? Let me go ahead and save it. So I think I'm gonna go, because it's the missing cell phone, right? The victim supposedly had one, but it has gone missing. Did the killer take it?
I don't have any actual evidence. I thought not.
But that's because it went missing, and still is.
Missing? What do you mean by that?
In the complex puzzle that is this case, there was one piece I kept getting stuck on, and that is the victim's cell phone. Francesca, you were waiting at the airport for a phone call from Agent Hick's cell phone. Or at least that's what you told me.
That's right.
But Agent Hick's cell phone could not be found at the crime scene.
You mean the killer took the phone with them?
Precisely. I suspect that if we were to find that phone, it would lead us to the killer.
Come on, get serious. If the victim fell to his death from that height, wouldn't his phone break as well?
We won't know that until we try a little experiment, will we? Francesca, I'd like to ask for your assistance. You know the victim's phone number, do you not?
Of course I do.
It's gonna ring right on her body, innit?
Agent Hicks's phone! It's ringing from somewhere, sir!
I hear it, Detective. Now, where is it coming from?
Miss Melee, wake up!
Sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. I got sleepy all of a sudden because it sounds like a lullaby I used to love as a child.
Nah, I'd better find that cell phone fast. We've determined that the real crime scene is here. All that's left is to catch the killer.
Where could the cell phone be? Should we examine his luggage again?
Sounds like the phone is up in the flight attendant's room.
We better hurry to the flight attendant's room, sir.
Oh, okay. Thanks for telling me finally. March 12th, 4:12 p.m. Flight I-390, first floor, flight attendant's room.
The ringing's coming from somewhere in here, sir.
Leave no stone unturned, Detective Gumshoe. We must find it.
The ringing's coming from in here, sir.
What? No, it can't be.
This has got to be the victim's cell phone. Just whose locker is this, sir?
It's Miss Tenero's.
What?
Well, Melee could have just planted it on it, right? March 12th, 4:28 p.m. Flight I-390, lower deck, cargo hold.
So, Mr. Edgeworth, how did it go? Where did you find the phone?
I found it in the flight attendant's room, in Miss Tenero's locker.
What? What?
Rhoda Tenero!
I don't know anything about the phone. It wasn't me! It wasn't me! Miss Von Karma, is it? I suggest you arrest Miss Rhoda Tenero right away.
That's such a guilty thing for her to say. I feel like, wait, I have a theory. This is related to the incident with the key card. When the killer went to steal the key card, they conveniently stashed the cell phone in Miss Tenero's locker at the same time. This is related to the key card, all right. In the same way that we have zero proof that the killer did just that. The only voice that sings the truth is evidence. That is the one bird we cannot ignore.
What should I do? Francesca's right. I can't offer baseless conjectures at this point. All right then. Why did the culprit take the cell phone from Agent Hicks? It must have something very incriminating on it.
What now, Miles Edgeworth? It's not over yet. We have yet to figure out why the killer took the phone. What? Inside this phone lies the final piece of incriminating evidence that will point to us our killer.
We need to examine this phone in more detail.
It looks like it's broken. Oh, sorry. Here you go, guys. The LCD is broken. Without a screen, you can't even place a call with this. It's got a camera. Nah, it's a camera lens. Come to think of it, I wonder, how exactly was Agent Hicks planning to preserve the crime scene of his smuggling? Francesca, I need you to confirm something. This cell phone, can it take pictures?
Mr. Edgeworth, I can't believe you don't know this kind of basic stuff, sir.
This looks like a very similar model to my own. And mine can take pictures just fine. Do you think Agent Hicks could have taken some pictures with this? In particular, pictures as evidence for his smuggling case. If so, I'd say there may be some very important inconvenient photos in here for our killer smuggler.
But the phone's all busted up, sir.
Even a super prosecutor can't repair a broken phone.
I'll find a way. Don't you worry about that.
No! Can you go back to sleep now?
The LCD screens on the inside and outside are broken, that's for sure. But that's also reason enough to believe that the killer wasn't able to erase the data.
What?
What do you mean by that, Francesca? It looks like your killer isn't very familiar with electronics. This phone still rang when I called it, meaning that only the LCD screens are broken. It's possible that the photos are still there inside, waiting to be accessed. All we need to do is transfer the data to my phone. Francesca, your phone, if you please. Very well.
It's transferring. All right, displaying it now. This is a big empty area. This is... Agent Hicks was most certainly trying to obtain some evidence for his smuggling case.
Hey! The Aleph Red's nowhere to end this pic, sir.
But this has no meaning as a piece of evidence in this murder case, right?
No, she's right. There's not much we can find out from this about Agent Hicks's killer, sir.
Is this it? Is this the end? Is there really nothing in this photo that we can use?
We got boxes over here. We got these bed sheets. I can see these down here. I guess there's the suitcase is here. That's the only thing I can think. So let's try that. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to hit that. Examine.
The fact that all the suitcases are here in this photo is odd. Agent Hicks was still alive at the time. So what's exactly so odd about the suitcases that haven't been used yet being there?
Right, which makes sense. I can see why she's saying that.
Yes, well, I was only pointing out things that are different between now and then. Your off-topic ramblings have put this attendant to sleep yet again, Miles Edgeworth.
I'll give Sleepyhead here a rude awakening, a deafening objection, and a contradiction.
So there's these boxes here. Because, I mean, there's like a big thing there now, so maybe that's part of it. Okay, that was it. Okay. I was thinking it's got to be something more subtle than that, right? Like, nope. Not.
Warning.
Hey, Toxic's raiding in. What's up, everybody? Welcome in. Welcome in. You guys have gotten here just in time to see the finale of this case. Welcome in. Hey, there's Coswell. Welcome in. Toxic and Con, two wonderful, amazing people. Members of the community. What's up, guys? How was the stream? Streaming some Fortnite, huh? Playing some Fortnite, getting you in them victory royales, huh? How was it? How was your stream, my dude? Hey, take your time too. You might still be breaking down. I get it. I get it. You know what? I feel like we need a little something extra. Just a little bit, though. We just need a little something extra. There we go. Just for the raid. Thanks, guys. Thanks for bringing everybody over. Hope you guys had a wonderful night, and I hope you're ready to see who the killer is. I know you guys probably don't know much about the story that's going on. But if you would like a recap, just let me know. Oh, you know, I think... Did Hoodie ask for a recap earlier? Hoodie, if you're still around, did I never give you a recap, dude? I'm trying to remember if I did or not. I know I did a recap at the beginning of the stream, but I don't know. I remember Hoodie asked for one, and maybe I got sidetracked and never... I don't know. I'm sorry if I did that, dude. But anyways, if you guys want a recap, just let me know. Here we go.
What's all this?
Oh, I love that. I don't know why I do that every time. It's just such a interesting pose.
No, they are a cargo ship from Virginia to Zingfa.
So the reason they aren't here now is that they were dropped off in Zingfa.
Mr. LeBlanc, can you tell me the contents of the boxes? Unfortunately, there is no English written on them anywhere.
One cluster of boxes is written in Borginian. It says, kneeling key, scissors, leaf, Kamehameha wave. It is cloth in English.
Cloth?
Could it be? Is this where the killer...
What? What for is that scary face?
Miss Melee. Yes? It appears that Agent Hicks was no ordinary investigator. He left us a piece of evidence after all. A striking piece that will point out who his killer is.
So is it the fact that she knew to get the cloth out of that box because she can read Borginian? Is that what's happening? So it has to be Cammy because of that? Is that possibly why?
Maybe you shouldn't force your mistaken reading on a simple picture, Mr. Edgeworth.
The Borginian cargo and this piece of evidence will point us straight to the killer. So what was in the cargo was definitely this cloth. So that's gotta be what it's talking about.
And what is that supposed to prove?
The killer used this piece of cloth to wipe up the blood they had spilt. But there was one thing that bothered me this whole time. Where did it come from? And now I finally found my answer to this very photo. Or in this very photo. The cargo that was unloaded in Zhengfa had cloth written on it. In Borginian, that is. And this is where the killer grabbed a piece from and this is where the killer grabbed a piece from to clean up the blood with. That was strangely worded, wasn't it? That's right. The killer was someone who could read and understand Borginian. And the only crew member that fits that description is you, Miss Cammy Melee.
Ha! That's pretty flimsy. The killer probably searched through all the boxes looking for something to use. When you're frantic, you don't care if the box is English or Borginian.
Sorry, but I cannot agree with your assessment of the killer's indiscriminate nature.
What?
There was no need for the killer to tear through boxes at random at all. And if the killer supposedly could not comprehend Borginian, well then. Logically, the killer would have opened this box first. Bed sheets. Because it says it in English, right? Right here. Bed sheets. That would make more sense.
What is it? Take that! Hey, it says bed sheets in English right on the box, sir.
Precisely. And bed sheets would be perfect for cleaning up blood, wouldn't you say?
So what are you trying to say?
That if I were the criminal, this box of bed sheets would have been what I would have spotted first. However, the killer chose to use some Borginian cloth. Do you have an explanation for that? The killer didn't want anyone to know that the real crime scene... Wait. The killer didn't want anyone to know that the real scene of the crime was the cargo hold. So they were afraid to leave signs that the box for the sheets had been opened. However, the Borginian cloth, well, that's a horse of a different color. Because the killer knew that it was going to be unloaded in the Republic of Zhengfa. That's right. That is why the Borginian cloth was used. And the only Borginian reader on board who could make such a calculated decision is you, Cammy Melee. You and you alone.
Ah!
She's holding up her doll like, oh, you take the hit for me. It would be very easy for us to confirm if any of the boxes were resealed. All we would have to do is contact the Zhengfa authorities in time. We may even find other evidence to incriminate our killer within those boxes. So what do you say, Miss Melee? Why not confess your crime here and now? Or would you rather wait and see what we find out from our investigation in Zhengfa? Her bubbles are popping on her. That's awesome. I love finding out what the animation is. Melee is the murderer. Hell yeah. Okay, I had a command for this. Hold up. To determine who the killer was. Let's see commands. I don't think anybody got it. Did anybody guess Melee? I don't think anybody did. Let me see here. Who done it? Oh, it was they done it. That's what I had made it. Okay. They done. perpetrator was deemed Miss Melee, and the guesses have been archived and reset, ready for new guesses. Nice, there we go. Did Stella made guess? Yeah, I think she guessed earlier tonight that it was that it was Miss Tenero. I think that's what her guess was. I can bring up all the guesses really quick. Oh no, she guessed this one. She guessed it right. Yeah. She guessed flight attendant that's dating the pilot. So she guessed it. She guessed it right. So Stella wins. Let me see. Isidore said it was the alcoholic guy. It was not him. Papa said it was Maya, which obviously was her. Crispy said flight attendant girl, but I don't know what she meant. I don't know if she meant Miss Tenero or Millie. Because I mean, if she meant Millie, she's right. And then Doggo said Postman? I don't know who Postman was. I guess either way it was wrong. So Stella's the winner! Congratulations, Stella, on winning. What do you mean, yes, there's two? If you're trying to say the flight attendant's like, yeah, I know that's what I was trying to say. If that's what you meant. Alright, let me go ahead and give Stella the cards before I forget, now that we've looked at it. Yay, Stella! There we go, Stella. Get you a few packs there for winning. Good job. A few flight attendants. Yeah. That's what I was saying. Here we go.
He was Interpol. I couldn't stop it. I brought him here. He started taking pictures. I couldn't be found out. I was scared. I was in trouble.
Okay. She's not going to finish that. March 12th, 5:26 p.m. Flight I-390, first floor lounge.
We finished making all the arrangements to take the suspect in, sir.
Very good, detective. What about the smuggling route? Did she say anything about that?
They're taking her down to the precinct now. Hopefully we can get more out of her there. Whenever we even approached the topic, she just started foaming at the mouth.
What the fuck? Did she have a cyanide pill or some shit? What the fuck?
It was scary, sir.
She probably wasn't prepared to commit a murder all of a sudden. One thing is for sure, the ring behind this whole mess means serious business. It looks like there's a lot more to this case than meets the eye.
Mr. Edgeworth. I just wanted to say how much I appreciated everything you did. Thank you very much.
It was nothing. In fact, I should be the one thanking you for your cooperation.
But truly, if it wasn't for you, I might not be here right now. Instead, I can continue to serve our passengers as a flight attendant. I hope that, well, please accept this as a token of my appreciation.
That's...
I see. I don't have to take it from you, or you don't have to take it if you don't want it.
No. I mean, I would never turn down a lady's generous offer.
No, thank you. I don't need this. This is like my 100th one. I'm sure it will serve you well. And remember, we here at iFly Airlines are always ready to serve, Mr. Edgeworth.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
Now I must bid you farewell. May all your skies be blue, no matter where you go.
So you think the captain was in on it too? Because Millie was dating the captain, but you think the captain was just like an innocent person and all that? He never really comes up, but he's very close ties with the perpetrator.
I can't believe we wound up investigating the whole day, sir, but boy was it fun.
Speak for yourself. My day was filled with earthquakes, elevators, and false charges.
By the way, where's Francesca?
No, she's filling out some customs paperwork for a departure.
Departure?
Yeah, Miss Von Karma is always really busy, sir. She's been flying from country to country to chase down some leads regarding her case.
Detective, can you cancel the car I had you reserve earlier?
You got it, sir.
March 12th, 5:47 p.m., Hope Springs Airport. Captain probably didn't know. Yeah, he's too clueless to even be a part of it. He's a fool for her good looks and completely oblivious. Yeah, I mean, totally could be. I can see that. I mean, she's got that cleavage just to distract him. Every time he tries to ask questions, she's just like, but... He's just like, oh yeah, I forgot. Whatever. What was it saying? Francesca. I thought I told you when we first landed. I have no time for idle chatter. I have no intention of wasting your time. However, it has been a while since we last met. I also have no time for such familiar reminiscence. Just who do you think I am? You are Francesca Von Karma, a very proud prosecutor deserving of much respect. Until only a little while ago, I was but a wretched mutt who was always losing to you. A dancing pirouette, living under her, or is it Pierrot? A dancing Pierrot, living her life on the name and fame her invincible father built. True. Your father, Manfred Von Karma, Manfred was his name, I forgot that earlier, didn't lose a single case for 40 years as a prosecutor, and he also falsified evidence. However, I wouldn't say he was invincible. What are you talking about? The group I'm in the trail of is a little more troublesome than most. The smuggling route we found this time is only one sliver of the big picture. Sounds like a dangerous assignment. You really don't have to worry. I can take care of myself. Yes, I suppose you can. Plus, there's another agent on this case with me. Oh, another agent. He's a star among Interpol agents and has the highest successful arrest rate. Who knows? You may even run into him one day. I was simply caught up in this one case. I hardly see why I would cross paths. I suppose. But I doubt he would say the same. I'm not following you. You'll understand soon enough. The fight has only just begun, Miles Edgeworth. I'll be back in this country soon enough. And when I am, you can be sure I'll pay you back. In full. Alright. Sounds like she's foreshadowing some later cases, huh? Lol, boobies. They should fuck. Oh, who? Edgeworth and Von Karma? Yeah. I think they see each other as brother and sister, so I don't know that they would agree. But they aren't technically brother and sister. But her father is the mentor of Von Karma. Or sorry, of Edgeworth, who is Von Karma. So Von Karma, Francesca, Manfred was her father and also is the mentor of Edgeworth. So I think they see each other as brother and sister, but I can see why you say that, though. They do have like a lot of similarities and stuff. But I think a lot of that's supposed to be because they were both like trained by the same person. Edge and Vaughn should have a moment like in Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Oh, I haven't seen that movie in so long. Is there a part where they're just like mad at each other, but then they just start like making out? Is it something like that? I think that's like sort of the premise of the movie, right? Is that when they're in danger, they're like turned on to each other, but before, when they had their boring lives, they hated each other. I think it's sort of like the overall message there, right? Angry fucking. Oh, that's what it was. Okay. It sounds about right.
Yeah, just like that, she's gone, huh, sir? Thank goodness. I can finally rest easy knowing I won't have to watch out for her whip.
Detective Gumshoe, I want to thank you for all your help and cooperation.
Oh, it was nothing, sir. I was just happy to be able to work with you again. I think I'm gonna celebrate by adding a little extra salt to my instant noodles tonight.
Just how much did you cut his salary by, Francesca?
Detective, I was wondering if you might give me a ride down to the prosecutor's office.
Sure thing, sir. I'll even fly down the road in the patrol car if you want.
Don't make me remind you, Detective. Safety first.
Thus I solved the first case upon my arrival home. Francesca von Karma, the smuggling route she was after. The leaders of that ring had already put her trump card into play. And the players on the other side of this war, they would begin to make themselves known through the next incident.
Extra salt and instant noodles, right? I love fucking Gumshoe, dude. Knowing his poor asks him for a ride. Right, yeah. It's funny, I guess Edgeworth has his own car, though. Well, I guess he needs a ride because he's at the airport, right? He doesn't have his car there, that makes sense. How's it going, AFs? Haven't seen you in a bit. Edgeworth speaking. Ah, finally. I called who knows how many things earlier I couldn't get through. I called who knows how many times earlier, but I couldn't get through. Okay, gosh, I just that was a weird one to do a live read of. And you are? Ah, have you forgotten my voice, Miles, my boy? Mr. Amano. Ernest Amano, correct? I don't know who Ernest Amano is. Ah, so you do remember me. I know it's rather sudden, but I can't ask this of anyone else. There's been an incident, Miles. My son, he's been kidnapped. What? How could this be? The end. There we go. And we finished the case. A brand new episode has been added. The kidnapped turnabout. What we're gonna say first. Saving. There we go. Yep, so the next one is the kidnapped turnabout. And we have another person's silhouette here, and I don't recognize them, so might be somebody new. Might be missing, or might be meeting somebody next week. Alright, guys, well, there it is. Perfect timing. I agree. I think perfect timing as well. I think it's a good time to call the stream. Alright, let's see here. Let's go over to the ending slide. Alright. So thanks everybody for hanging out tonight. That was a fun case. So nice to finish up a case. I love it. It's a good feeling. But yeah, we're going to raid into probably Papa tonight. I believe he should be streaming. So if you want to stick around for that, I'd really appreciate it. But yeah, I just want to let you guys know about a couple things we got going on this weekend. Well, first of all, I guess I should say, for the schedule this week, tomorrow we're going to finish up the week with more Yakuza 0. So it'll be part 2 of the Yakuza playthrough. So that'll be fun. Crispy, I'm going to have to rewatch this. Oh, is you just kidding, Crispy? I'm sorry. We missed you. Yeah, it's a good one. It was a good one, so I think it's worth a rewatch. So, hell yeah. But it's good to at least get to say hello to you today. So yeah, we'll be going on with some Yakuza tomorrow. But this weekend we have some special stuff going on. So Saturday we are going to have our community night. Let me switch on over to that slide here. So we got Austin Powers is what we're going to be watching. We're watching that with the community. So if you guys want to join in on that, you'll need to be a member of the Community Nights role in our server. And if you're not a member of the Community Nights role, you just need to go to the Select a Server channel at the very top. And then you'll click on the Strange Planet logo. And that will make you part of the community member role. And then that will let you see the Community Nights section, which is where we have movie night. So yeah, and then if you do that, you should be able to go to the very top, and you'll see that there's 3 events up there, and you'll see one of them is our Austin Powers watch party. So definitely let us know that you're interested there. On the night of, I'll let you know a little bit how it works. We play them. Well, okay. First of all, we're all in a voice chat in Discord, right? And then I'll be streaming the movie. And you'll have the auto mod will be the audio for the movie, so you can turn it up or down using the auto mod. And then all the Strange Planet guys will have their mics on, so we'll be kind of like talking over the movie and ripping on it and stuff, having a good time. And all of you guys will be muted. And but you guys will have a text chat, so you can write to us, and so we'll be reading that text chat, so you guys can make jokes with us and all that stuff. So yeah, if you don't worry about having to be on mic or cam or whatever. We never expect you to have to do that. We just want you to be able to come around, hang out at your level of comfort. You know what I mean? Who did you pick for the murder? Oh yeah, who'd you pick for the murder, Crispy? Yeah, great question, you. Exactly. Good job. You make a good Dr. Evil. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think it worked out pretty well. We got Dan as Mini-Me, but since Dan didn't give me a photo when I made the picture, I just put a backwards hat on Mini-Me, and so now it's Dan. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. And Noah went all out. That's like a full body picture of Noah. He actually put on that outfit and posed for it and everything. It's crazy. Because I just asked him for a picture of his face so I could put it over Austin's, but he went all out, dude. So, I mean, fucking props to Noah, dude. he always goes all out, dude. Absolutely. Square bun. Okay, gotcha. I thought it was square bun. Gotcha. I won't ruin who it is in case you didn't get to see the end there, Crispy. So, anyway, so right, yeah. So we got we're watching Austin Powers this weekend, but we do have another thing on Sunday as well. In my part of the Discord, we'll be watching some more Ace Attorney anime. So on Sunday evenings, at least it's evening for me. We'll be watching some Ace Attorney. We usually go for about 2 hours. We'll try to get through as many cases as we can, so I don't want to like leave us on a cliffhanger for a case. So we'll probably get through like 2 cases, probably at least, depending on how long they are, I guess. So yeah, so hopefully you guys want to come back around for that. There's an event in the Discord for that too, if you want to show that you're interested. You'll also get a notification when it happens. Yeah, so we got going on this weekend. Other than that, then we'll be coming back around on Monday for some more Eastward, so that's exciting. I just got on, sadly, but I will rewatch when I can. Okay, sounds good, Crispy. Hell yeah. You'll have to let me know what you think of this case. Go ahead and continue on with that. Other than that, I got nothing special to let you guys know about, other than I just want to, plug again that there is new products on the merch store if you guys want to check it out. Might be some stuff that you guys think is pretty cool on there, so definitely feel free to check it out. Are you playing Ace here? No, it'll be in the Discord, or would I go to the Discord to watch and study? Yeah, you'll go to the Discord. So yeah, it'll be like a voice channel, kind of like the exact same way we do movie night. It'll just be in my section. You'll see that we have like a watch party room. So you'll just join the watch party room. And when we watch Ace Attorney, nobody's talking over it. We have a text chat that we talk in, but I don't have my mic on or anything. We're just watching the anime. It's all about watching the anime. So, but we do have a good time and laugh and stuff in the chat, but it's all text-based as far as chat goes, just to let you guys know. It's a little bit different than when we do movie nights. So yeah. New slides, guys. Summer's coming. Yep, those slides, man. I'm even thinking about getting myself a pair, I don't have any summertime footwear, so it could be cool to get some Domm themed stuff, right? So, yeah. Anyways, I think it's all the announcements I got other than that, so let me double check to make sure Papa's on. He should be playing some Sly Cooper. Should be able to check in the Discord, because we got that handy dandy live channel. There he is, my man! Oh yeah, he's doing some crowd control tonight as well, so that means that you guys can spawn stuff in his world, or you can you can just fuck with him. That's the easiest way to say it, is you can use points to fuck with Papa while he's playing. So it's a good time. So we'll be jumping in for that, and that will officially make it. I think everybody in Strange Planet has streamed at some point today, and I think the raids will have gone all the way from Noah to Papa. So we went from Noah raided into Aaron or Dan? I think, no, he raided into Dan, but then Aaron also streamed and raided into Dan, and then Dan raided into me, and now I'm raiding into Papa. So total Strange Planet day. I just thought it'd be cool to point that out, because I think it's cool. Domm socks and slides. Hell yeah, Domm socks as well. They do look pretty cool. All right, so let's go ahead and get this raid set up, guys. I appreciate you guys for sticking around for the raid. Get that raid message up. Papa loves seeing that raid message, dude. Actually, I have no idea. I've never asked him, but I'm just going to act like he does. So, there you go, Papa. Papa. Wolf, if I can type, that would be nice. All right. There we go. The raid has started. Oh, yeah. I'm going to try to do the story time vote right now, right after we raid, because I know that I haven't gotten the storytime vote up yet this week, and we need one for Tuesday. So yeah, if you guys can keep an eye out, I'll ping you guys in the Discord. But if you don't see the ping here in a couple hours, maybe just check Discord to see if I said anything about it, because I want to know what you guys want. I already had the 3 games picked out, but I'll get all the trailers and everything in Discord so you guys can let me know. Yeah, anyways, just want to make sure I said that. But until I see you guys next time, stay happy, stay healthy. I love you all. And we'll see you tomorrow for some Yakuza. It'll be one of my shiny shirts, so get excited for that. I know I'm excited. All right, see you guys. Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye. Goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. All right, and we're good.